media sites, Mr. Dave Martin. And we are now live. Thanks, everybody.
We are live.
We're live.
We are live.
Remember at the fair where they said, "It's alive. It's alive."
I remember that.
That's Weird Science.
It's alive.
What?
That was in the movie Weird Science.
That too. It's alive. The three-headed woman. Come see. Crazy. But we all experienced that, I guess, at some point in our careers, especially, us little, not the baby boomers, but I mean, not the little new people. What do they call them? Not Gen X. What are they? The Graham's age. I don't know what they are.
Lost.
They're lost. Is that what they call them?
I think that's true.
That's probably right. Yeah, I would say that's probably true too. See if I'm getting anything here. Lost. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's true. Thanks everybody for being a part of our broadcast here. We're about to ready to get on the radio here on 100.7 FM and the Word. And we're getting all dialed up. That's not happening there. We will be here from 9 to noon with all your automotive needs being handled. Boy, somebody's got hearing problems. Not to mention Kurt Chase. All right, we're getting the dial down here now. You need some help over there, Mr. Chase?
Looky there.
Beautiful. Awesome. Good job. Starting to get some folk tuned in already. We do appreciate that. Like and share the broadcast. Let everybody know we're here. And tell them that they can say a hi, hello, ask a question, or whatever they need to do. We'll be here till the noon hour, sharing all the good news that Kurt has to offer and bouncing those ideas off of you. See what you think. And with us is the magical producer of all times, Dave Martin, who is
Why is he magical?
because he just knows how to take care of us. And that's got to be magical when it comes to us.
Huh. Do you feel magical, Dave? Dave's gone.
He's going to distance that question. He's actually working probably. Fisco Dave.
That is what Mark Followell used to say as that psycho Dave progressed into different things.
Fisco. When I ask Siri to call him, it says, call him Fisco Dave. Fisco. Now, I guess they don't know what that other word means, do they? They're just pronouncing out how it's spelled right. Fisco. Fisco Dave Martin is with us. So I hope everybody, we're in North Texas doing our broadcast out of our studio, along with being out there in a lot of different locations. North Texas, I hear Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex with 100.7 FM, and then syndicated through Westwood One and SRN. Some other locations that Kurt keeps hiding from you on. Oh,
Hiding from what?
yeah, you're hiding from me where we're on some of these other stations. I know that we're in what, Little Rock?
620
Oh, it's 6
AM.
Yeah, we're there.
100.7 FM and up on the Westwood One feed.
So that's where we can find us. And then on all our social media sites, which you're tuned in. If you're listening to us right now, you're either on Facebook or you're on YouTube or LinkedIn.
Well, I'm going to take away the word chief engineer. You're just now engineer because you don't know where we are. So
I haven't done that for Haven't known that for 8 years. Why would you worry about
Kind of
that?
like you got a
now?
meteorologist and a chief meteorologist. You're not chief
Yeah,
no
not
more.
chief.
No, you got to figure out where we are. We'll work on
I'm
that.
looking for the radar to tell me. Well, that sun just popped. Is it supposed to be sunny?
Yeah, 90 degrees today.
No, really.
Yep, we're gonna go to what do they call it?
Great Fest.
Well, Grape Fest September. Grapevine something. Anyway, same place, just they're not doing the wine September. And we're gonna wait till tomorrow and go.
That's cool. Well, is it going to be a little warmer or a little cooler or about the
A little
same?
cooler. It's gonna be breezy either way. There's gonna be a nice wind today, regardless. Last night would have been a great night. We went to dinner, but we were thinking about going out. The wind was really nice and actually pretty heavy, but it kept the temperature down.
All right.
Boy, Ronnie Swain sent me some unbelievable information.
I can't believe he'd send anything of any value. He is a Buffalo, French high school Buffalo. Good morning. Speaking of Ronnie Swain.
Oh, Ronnie, can you believe that he's talking smack?
Yeah, you should see the text message he sends me. Runs me down all over the place. Of course, he's a Buffalo. I expect that from those guys over there.
I love Ronnie Swain.
I didn't say I didn't love him. But we are here getting ready to kick off on our radio show, just getting a running start on our broadcast here on our social media sites.
Yeah,
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in now already.
I got to send you what he sent me about. It's just unbelievable. How many cities in Texas are sinking? And there's an underground ocean or river that ends when it gets to the ocean. I mean, it was all these things that you didn't know about Texas.
So what does that do to the
It says it's things
fracking?
never told about Texas.
Is it from fracking or anything
Well,
like
no,
that?
they say this river been around forever and ever and ever. So
Is it the Nature's River, Ronnie? The one that goes through
no,
Beaumont?
it's down below the surface.
Oh, it's under oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Ronnie should call in and tell us about that. Maybe I should have you call in on the one of the Bo Knows segments and we talk about that. It'd be interesting. Yeah. Ronnie said, Bo, I should have known I should have come in for you this morning. Yes, sir.
Ronnie, you're always welcome. Come stand in.
Yes, sir.
At least for the first hour till Bo wakes up. And
Takes me a little while to get my coffee. He said he'll send it to me. Yeah, cool. I'll look it up and maybe we'll have that happen. Because if you got that kind of information and I gather it up, we can have a good conversation about it. And then let everybody out there know. We always try to educate the best we can, keep people informed of all the action.
well,
It was really nice out there on the boat the other morning, and the next day would have been really.
you wear a longer sleeve.
I wore a hoodie and everything, and we were comfortable. The captain and his helper were in jackets, and my friend was bundled up pretty good, but was comfortable. We weren't freezing, but we'd have been cold if we'd have been just in shorts and t-shirt.
Right.
And it was good because I like being covered out in the sun anyway. So it was really nice, perfect.
Good.
Went out to the rig. He caught that shark fish behind one of the shrimp boats.
Now, why do you call it a shark fish? Because it's a shark.
It's not a fish. It's in the water.
You're
Dolphins are mammals.
Your SRN
But you
program
say we
begins
caught a
in
mammal
60
dolphin.
seconds.
Huh?
But you don't say we caught a mammal dolphin,
But a dolphin is a mammal.
a shark fish. Wow.
So, all right, we got to look it up. Ronnie, you're there with us. Is a shark a fish?
Well, I'm not concerned about whether it is a fish, but you go, I caught a shark fish. Well,
But most people, if they catch a fish, they say, I caught a fish, and there's 1,000 different types of fish.
well, then you say I caught a bass, or I caught a shark, or I caught a mackerel, or I caught a red
Holy
fish.
mackerel. Where did that come from?
Unbelievable. Good morning, sweet cousin.
Well, she's up early this morning.
She is. It's 10 o'clock there.
That's true. Yeah.
SRN program will begin in 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the AutomotiveEdge.com stadium. It's the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 out, man on third, and Team Consumers are behind by 1 run. At the plate for the Consumers is Kurt Chase. The count is full. Joe Bag on the mound, waiting for the side. He goes to the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a long fly ball, hit deep into left center field. It's going, gone! 2-run homer. Another great walk-off win for Team Consumers.
You're up.
Chase at the AutomotiveEdge.com.
Well, thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, the show that helps you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, body shop. We've got it all for you. Lot going on right now in the auto industry. A lot. I've never received this many emails or phone calls. People just questioning. When are gas prices coming down? When's a good time to buy? Should I wait? Same questions all the time, and I tell them, tune in Saturday mornings, and we'll cover that for you. But right now, here's the thing. When the shelves get full, the grocer marks them down. When things get stocked up in the department stores, they start giving them away. Well, the inventory on the car lots is starting to stack up because everybody's going, well, $4 gasoline. And I can't express enough here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on the Word 100.7 FM. It is a great time to buy, great time to lease. When the inventory starts and everybody's on hold and the inventory starts piling up, these dealers are discounting everything that they possibly can because you realize June is the end of the fiscal year in the auto industry. And now they got to start preparing. Summer gets a little up and down. It always has to do with the weather. And then August kicks in again, and this cycle never changes. Right now, we're in graduation season. Next 3 weeks, high school and, well, actually college has already started. All the graduates are going to be getting cars. Lots of gifts, lots of money, new laptops, and cars. And with that, the moms and dads are lighting up my phone. They're lighting up the emails going, what do I do? What do I do? Gas price. I'm going, look, there's so many great cars out there that their gas mileage is in the 30s, in the 40s. My car, I'm getting right now 44.5 miles to the gallon. So gas prices don't affect me. But even if it did, I would take advantage of the extremely low prices and what they're doing. And when they open up the Strait of Hormuz, you're going to be sitting so pretty. It's kind of like betting on the futures. Not really the stock market, but just betting that this is going to be a good thing. This is going to be a better situation in the very near future, not years down the road. So a lot to think about, a lot to talk about here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on this beautiful Saturday morning, live at the home studios with the great one, Big Wheels Bo Carver, top of the morning.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to our radio show every Saturday morning from 9 to noon here on 100.7 FM, The Word, and syndicated through Westwood One SRN as well. So we're here, and if you would like to join us otherwise, other than radio, which we're glad you're tuned in the radio, we're on social media sites. You can follow us there with our live stream on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, and then our sister Facebook page, Shifting Gears, or either one of those. It's the same feed. as well as on LinkedIn. That's under Kurt Chase. So if you have that, just search Kurt Chase and you'll see us there, and on YouTube. And that's youtube.com and the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Look for us there. And there's a lot of extra things there on top of just our live feeds. And all the live feeds on YouTube are archived. So if you want to go back, you thought you heard something a month ago, you can go back and search that and find it. And then also there's a lot of new things that he's posting that we call short videos or informational videos, and also conversations with some of the owners.
And now you can find us on Spotify.
Well, there you go.
So we've added Spotify and YouTube, and then you have our other live feeds. We're on TikTok now, so you can go to YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify and find all the videos. In fact, what's really cool is we get to sit with the general managers, and you get to hear their hearts. You get to hear how they operate, and they want to meet you when you get to the dealership. When you start out with the boss, I'm going to tell you what, it changes everything. I wanted my managers to meet the consumers right up front. Quit sitting behind your desk, get your butt out on the showroom floor, and go talk to the consumer. And it changed everything with the salespeople, because they were held accountable immediately with that consumer, knowing the managers already met them. And every time they'd tell me their name, I'd go in my office, I'd log it in. Okay, what happened to Mr. and Mrs. Carver? How was out there? Okay, well, they're looking at fantastic. They're not ready to buy today. Great, I want to talk to them. And I wanted to know three things. How was your salesperson? How was the process? What did you think about the product? Because those are the only reasons people don't buy. It's either the person, the price, or the product, the 3 Ps, which is the person, the process, and the product. It hasn't ever changed. And so this last one, we had Abe Escareno, the general manager at Hiley Subaru in Fort Worth. And if you watch that video, man, you get to really hear this guy's heart. It was his, I don't even know how to describe the interview. It was just passionate. The way he is, and how that store runs. And he's very soft-spoken. And his salespeople and his management team fall right in line. I mean, it's a great place to get yourself a Subaru, Hiley Subaru in Fort Worth, right there at 30 and 820. Those guys just kill it. And when you hear the GM, and we're unscripted and unrehearsed, I don't send him a bunch of questions going, okay, memorize this, have good answers for the listeners and the viewers. We don't do that. We go right in there cold turkey. And
spontaneous.
He goes, what are we going to talk about? And I'm like, whatever. And then you really get to hear people, because they don't have time to make something up, or what is right off the cuff.
Yes, their honesty.
And I have so many people come to me, hey, you could do so much better on your videos, and if you did this and did, no, that's scripted. We don't want scripted. It's rehearsed. We're not here to sell products. We're here to introduce you to people. And that's what we do here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. So whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, we want to help and put you with the right people doing it the right way. So hopefully you'll enjoy the video as much as we enjoy making it with Abe out in Fort Worth. And each week we're going to be at least once or twice sitting down with owners and general managers, where you get a really good inside look. One thing that he brought up that was really cool was, you drive an Acura,
right? And
you would think that what dealership would you get the most money for your car?
At an Acura dealership.
An Acura dealership. Well, all that's off the table now. You'll get as much at his store, at a Subaru store, as you would the Acura store. I mean, it's absolutely incredible the way things work. And now, one thing where you may pick up a few $100s is going to be if Bo's car is certifiable, and they know they can certify that car, they're going to put a little bit more money to pull it, because they don't want to go to auction to buy cars. But one of the big misnomers with the consumers is they believe that you have to go, if you got a Ford truck, you got to trade it in on a Ford. If you have a Buick, you have to trade with Buick. You don't. The dealers are regretting and are not looking forward to go to the auction ever at this time. They don't want to go, That's why every dealer you go by there, they have the big sign out, "We'll buy your car." Well, that's because they don't want to go to the auction. Auction prices are too high, and everybody's scrambling. And then you have the big push with all the people that are moving to Texas. Used car market's really strong in Tennessee, where there's a lot of people moving to Florida. So these markets, as people are coming in, they're actually believing that the used car is the way to go. And that's fine. You may be a used car buyer. I get it. Moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, they taught us what? Don't buy new because it depreciates 35 to 40% right when you hit the curb. I'm like, oh boy.
What are you buying?
Yeah, that is just not the case. Especially as you think about this. Do you know there are 13 vehicles out there right now with less than $400 markup?
Yeah, I know. We know that. Yeah, I do. We've seen it.
Less than $400.
We've seen a couple
markup.
that didn't have any.
Yeah.
I know that's hard to believe.
1 minute.
So how can you lose 35% when you're driving off the lot when a car has no markup? It's not the way. Is there a depreciation factor? Yeah, but not 35% when you hit the curb. Well, hey, we got a good show coming up for you. Phone lines are open. 800-281-TALK. That's 800-281-TALK, 8255. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on the Word 100.7 FM, part of the Salem Media Network. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
And good morning, Dorothy Noon, Ronnie Swain, Charles Davis, Dan Smith, our wonderful friend out there at Louisville Volkswagen.
Big Dan.
Big Dan.
You know, there was Hoss Cartwright on Bonanza, and then there's Big Dan Smith of Louisville.
And then when we went out on the boat the other day, our captain was Big John.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big boy. So Ronnie Swain says a shark is a type of fish. You can simply call it a shark or specifically a shark fish. Just read it. That's all I got to say.
Ron.
Ralph Paul, good morning.
Ron, why did you do that? Buddy, you know I love you. Why would you fuel his fire anymore?
He also
how many
wants
times? Okay, for everybody that goes out there and goes fishing, do you call back and go, I caught a fish bass? I got a fish catfish? No.
But most people say, well, how many fish did you catch? Oh, I caught 10.
Okay, that's different.
Why is it different?
You know what? Golly.
We'll change the subject here real quick. Kurt, can you give us a full-blown lesson on towing weights, which vehicles can pull and how much weight they can handle? Also relate that to RV trailers. And I think it's kind of based on what you're pulling, right?
Yeah, who's asking that?
Ronnie.
Okay. We'll do that. Yeah. So everybody that's tuned in, do you think there's two identifiers in fishing? It's like I shot an animal deer.
A deer animal?
I don't get it. I caught a fish shark.
I said a shark fish.
Shark fish. Okay.
I didn't want
What
anybody,
else can a shark
I didn't
be?
want anybody to think that it was a mammal.
What else could it be?
I guess. I mean, a dolphin's not a fish.
There you go, Dorothy. No, I caught a bass or I caught a catfish. Thank you, Dorothy. It's really that simple, Bo.
Okay. Well, I'll stand corrected.
I guess you think people are really,
I'll work on that.
I don't know. They don't understand that a shark
It's not a fish.
is not
I
a fish.
bet. How many people do you think that dolphins is a fish?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say I caught a dolphin mammal. I would say I caught a dolphin.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a dolphin and a porpoise?
Not much. I know that.
I've eaten dolphin before.
Well,
I haven't eaten porpoise. And dolphin looks completely different from a porpoise.
it's kind of like an alligator or a crocodile.
I didn't know they.
Free vitamin D health quiz.
I thought they threw the dolphin
Full
back
vitamin D
in, but
test
they
where the
didn't.
results are
They
saved
put it in the
directly to
cooler,
your
and I didn't know
email.
we were eating it that
That's
night. I wouldn't have eaten it. but it was actually really, really good.
So is this shark.
Oh yeah, I've eaten shark before.
You're up.
Yeah, y'all tune in here this morning on the Automotive Radio Show. What was that guy, Lou Armstrong? Remember that?
Yeah, I don't think any would have guessed Louis Armstrong. on that one.
it's
Oh,
here.
boy.
Raise good old music.
Ronnie Swain, you need to come grab the hook like on
quick.
what was that show?
The Gong Show.
The Gong Show. We need the Gong Bow.
Yeah.
800-281-8255 is the number. That's 800-281-8255. And while we have him joining us, Big Dan Smith, Clay Cooley, Volkswagen, Louisville, right there at Fox Avenue and 35 in Louisville. I'm telling you, go drive the Atlas. I had some people the other day call me that, and I said, well, we're looking at an X5. We're looking at MDX. I went, time out. Go drive the Volkswagen Atlas. And he's like, never heard of it. I'm like, well, that's okay. That's okay. Go see the folks over at Louisville Volkswagen and drive the Atlas. I'm telling you, that vehicle blows me away. It's going to be my next SUV. I've already made up my mind. And I want the blue. But probably by the time I'm ready to buy it, they'll have a different, I don't care. I just like blue. But it's everything you could want in a vehicle. If you're looking for luxury, and I've always talked about a couple of brands that are sport luxury, that one fits the mold. And you look at the price, it's about $25,000 less than anything in its category. That's the cool thing about it. It's 20 when I compared the Atlas to the BMW, the Audi, the Mercedes-Benz, and you're going a Volkswagen, I'll tell you, it's right there with them. Go experience the ride, the drive, the handling. And then you got the Taos, you got the Tiguan, you got the Jetta, you got a full lineup of vehicles. But my number one now is that moved up way up there in the top 5 of SUVs is the new VW Atlas.
He said the Volkswagens get average 28 to 33 miles a gallon. So you're going to be able to save on those dollars with that too.
Yeah, just go meet him and test drive. You know what? He allows tire kickers. Tire kickers are welcome at Louisville Volkswagen. But stop in there to shake his hand. Tell him you're listening to the Automotive Ed Radio Show. And then you get to call in the show if you'd like and tell us about your experience and what you thought about the Atlas. My top 5 SUVs in the marketplace now for the dollar. There's no question about it. That's LouisvilleVolkswagen.com, and go meet the big guy, Dan Smith. Could be more happy for him. He's paid his dues in the auto industry and now general manager out there, and he is tangible, which is so important. LouisvilleVolkswagen.com. So be sure this week, if you're viewing us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to really boost that. We want to really get our videos and our message out, and it's not for people, I got this many followers and everything. We want to let the people know that we're out there. And subscriptions go up, and then people get interested and realize that there's an advocate for everybody in the auto industry, whether you're buying new or pre-owned. And we just want to help you out when it comes to your automotive needs. Real simple.
And don't forget about the newsletter. So go to theautomotiveedge.com and sign up for the newsletter.
That's right. Yeah, it'll be going out on Wednesday, and we have a new system for the newsletter, so you don't have to worry about the verification. I didn't know that it was on there, and a lot of people go, well, we never got the verification. We cut all that out. You just get a little thing going, thank you for signing up for the newsletter with our logo, and then you'll be off and running. So go to theautomotiveedge.com. So here's something I got to talk about, because I had some really, did I say really?
Couple reallys.
Bad phone calls this week where people are buying cars on average $6,000 to $7,000 less than the market value.
Wow.
Why is that? Well, it's not because they're moving to Alaska.
They could be moving to Alaska, but that's probably not the real reason.
They're not leaving the country. It's not because they just got an extra vehicle laying around. It's none of that. It's none of that. It's the fact you're fixing to get ripped off. So some people bought a Mitsubishi, and I booked the Mitsubishi out, and the husband called me and said, hey, my ex-wife is buying a vehicle for my son. The story was totally untrue, but he wanted to role play. So I booked it out, and I said, yeah, that vehicle right there is a 24,000 to 25. It's 24.5, 24.8, somewhere in there. And he goes, really? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, wow. That's what? And he goes, well, my wife bought it for 18. I went, 18? No. Something's wrong. Well, sure enough, the car's in the shop and it's not worth anything. And so these people got,
Hosed.
boy. And so he said, I don't know why, but he said, call Kurt.
Oh, boy.
And she goes, my husband told me what you told him. I'm like, then why are we having this conversation? She goes, now what do I do? And I said, ma'am, pay to get it fixed. Well, I'm getting an attorney. I'm suing him. I'm like, for what? For what? You drove it. Yep. You said your mechanic looked at it. Yep. And you bought it. Yep. And you're going to sue him for what? I
Being
don't know
a
what to tell you.
meanie.
Well, she hung up the phone, very upset, and I get it. It wasn't anything I did, but I didn't, offer to reimburse her. And so the ex-husband called me back and said, hey, Kurt, what can we do? I said, there's nothing. But I tell you, here's something that you need to do. Bottom line, I'm not going to get into the whole story on how that's a whole segment, is you can look at what the average market value of a car is. If you don't know what it is, let me know. And say, hey, Kurt, if you were to buy this vehicle, what would you pay for it? And if somebody, as strong as the used car market is, now, and here's the deal. If there was just an influx of used cars and the trade cycle went from 12.2 years to 8, it's huge. We just knocked 4.2 years off, which means everybody's turning their cars quicker. There's going to be used cars everywhere. The auction prices are coming down. The dealer prices are coming down. Well, that's just not happening. They're just not happening. I see car deals being worked all the time where I was on the phone with a guy and he goes, hang on, the dealer's calling me. And the dealer bumped him $2,000 going, hey, we'll give you $2,000 more if you bring the vehicle in now on trade. It is that kind of market. So with that being said, Bo calls me and he says, hey, I see that you have this 2020 Ford F-150 for $19,995. And I say, and he goes, wow, that's pretty cheap. Why? When the vehicle sells for $27,995 on a car lot? Why is an independent person selling it? Just because they want to be nice? They want to help somebody? No, there's something wrong. And then, not that there's not do-gooders out there. I see it all the time. We just helped a young man get a car that's been Ubering for a year to 2 jobs. And we found a car that only had 38,000 miles on it. It was older. It was a 20-year-old car, but this thing was mint. And they said, how much cash does he have? And I told them, they said, we'll sell it for that. So there are do-gooders out there. That's not the norm. So when you're finding a car and Bo goes, well, hang on, your car is $8,000 cheaper than anybody in the marketplace, you might want to flag that, Bo.
Like what I just saw?
Flag it. Not do it. What are you doing over here?
Well, I'm reading a message from Judge Christopher Lee Gregory. That was what I was doing.
Man, that was a curveball.
I know. Give me a knuckleball next time. Okay.
Yeah. So with that, if you're not sure about a vehicle, just call me. It doesn't. And here's the thing: stop with the sponsor routine. And just drive. Well, they're not a sponsor of yours, so we chose not to contact you. So what? So what? I'm still going to help you, whether it's a sponsor or not. Yeah, we'd like the sponsor to have all the deals. That's not going to happen. We know that. But as long as we're giving you that opportunity with them, that's a whole different ballgame. Let me book it before you buy it and make sure you're being taken care of. 800-281-8255. Quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Oh, clear.
So Judge Christopher Gregory.
The honorary,
Yes, he
honorable,
is, no doubt.
God-fearing Judge
And
Gregory.
what would you be? The assistant honorable judge?
I don't know that judge would give me that title.
I
love
you
the
think
guy.
that's a little stretch
I
on
love the guy.
Your mama still can't get over it.
You know what's funny is last time I was in his courtroom, he was sending me a message, and I'm standing right in front of him.
Oh, that's just
He
funny.
goes, "No way!" We're just
Oh,
sitting there
that's-
laughing. And then I went in and we visited, and then I got to
wear the robe and stand behind the.
yeah. Well, the
gavel?
last time I went there, we broke bread.
Oh, okay, so it was
Everybody in there knew him. You know, it's like
Right, of
going
course.
into a Spring Creek with the owner.
or cheers
Yeah,
like back in the
everybody
day.
knew, which is good. You know, when you're in the
Yeah.
community and people know who you are and recognize you, I mean, that's a good thing.
Well, first of all, he's one of the best judges that I ever worked with or knew when I was working with Judge Judy. And he has got that court in a tip top shape, and he's running for reelection this year. And he's got he said for us not to forget, June 13th is his clay shoot.
Yep.
And so if you like to clay shoot, it'll be out at, usually I'd probably be out at the same place.
Yeah.
In Fort Worth.
Yeah, but most importantly,
Vote.
Judge Gregory's a man of God.
Yes.
And he
definitely.
expresses his faith, and a lot of people, based on their position where they are in society, keep that, you know, abreast. And not Judge Gregory. In fact, he has a Bible study, and I was hoping to be there the last time, but we wound up putting Mom in hospice. And but him and his guys prayed for Mom, and she wound up having a few good days. So prayers well heard. So that's the biggest thing, is that you have a brother in Christ through Judge Gregory, so you can pray with him and you can talk with him. I mean, he's the real deal as a judge.
Precinct 4 in Tarrant County. So if you're in that neck of the woods at all, then you want to get out and vote this coming November. I know it's a little bit early, but it'll get on us pretty quick. And make sure that you get that done and keep a really good, honest, God-fearing man in office.
Yeah, we
Because
need it.
we need as many as those we can, for sure.
You know, it's amazing that I really love the people that profess their faith, but
Oh,
mean it. Don't do it for personal gain or whatever. I mean, he's expressed his faith from day one,
Yes,
and
definitely.
it's never stopped. And so
Very,
that's important to me.
very compassionate. So he's going to give you the right situation if you have to go see him. And been a good friend of mine ever since he started running.
Yep.
And he, we stayed close, and I appreciate him as a real loyal friend.
Yep. I am ready for the elections to be over. This the commercials are so, what I don't like is they're so far apart in the truth. What they say about each other and how they slander each other is just sickening.
Well, and that's been going on for a lot of years, to where they.
Yeah, but now it's getting nasty.
No, it's just you're right. And
I mean,
just,
it's not even close. You know, like Bo's wearing a gray hat. No, Bo's wearing a white hat.
Yeah,
even
but-
though we can see that it's gray.
But he wore a gray hat because he robbed a couple banks, or go off in some
It's just
tangent about
terrible.
what he's done. But they never talk about what they're going to do. It's all about running that competitor down and lambasting and kicking them down and whatever. And some of it may be true, and most of it's probably not true. But they never say, "Vote for me because I'm standing for this."
Yeah,
And that's
there
what all
go.
you need to do. I stand for this. This is what I back, and this is what I plan on doing. This is
Comes
if
to
you've been in
drinking and
office
driving.
before.
If you're drinking,
This
call
is
a
what I'm
cab,
going to
a car,
continue
or a
doing.
friend.
And
Bus
if you
driving
don't
is
like
drunk
that,
driving.
vote for
But
this
me and
guy.
my dad, you can listen to all the baloney and all the bad things they're going to say. Here's who I am. This is what I stand for. I'd like your vote. But
And wouldn't you vote
that-
for that person just because
100%,
they're
100%.
being out there like that?
Yep.
You're up.
Great song.
Judge Gregory said, if you can't run on your own merit, then you don't need to be running.
That's right. 800-281-8255. If you got a question about any make or model, where to go, who to see, what to do when it comes to buying an automobile, or your thoughts on maybe things you'd like to see changed, things that you would like to add, things that you would like to delete,
Or it frustrates you. Any of those kind of things.
Well,
Good,
we'll
better.
light up the phones with that.
Yeah.
800-281-8255. That's 800-281-TALK. Give us a call. Let us help you with your automotive needs. Maybe you know someone that needs help. Send them to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Send me a message. Real simple. If you want to send me a dissertation, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, send me your name and number. We'll have a phone call and make sure that your automotive needs are taken care of. Moms and dads, the college graduate programs are real and better than ever before. So if your kiddos graduating college and you don't want to co-sign and they have their job lined up, we helped the gentleman the other day. He's graduating college. He had a letter of intent from the employer, his start date. He had a little bit of cash down, and he drove off at 5.9% in a brand new vehicle. And the mom and dad, the great part was watching mom and dad cry as he drove off that there was finally that. And it was tears of joy because they didn't have to co-sign or get on the note.
Yeah,
But, there was that separation that he stepped into manhood. And he was on his own, and he signed his own paperwork. So years ago, the college graduate programs were not good. The rates were not good. And it put a lot of young people in a very unique situation. Not that way anymore. Remember that the college graduate program, even though they're a first-time buyer, doesn't delegate price. Doesn't delegate price. It only delegates payments based on an interest rate. So hopefully when your kid gets out of college, they didn't destroy their credit. They have good credit. They have their letter, or they're employed immediately. I mean, they've been working while they were in college. Now they're out of college and they've gone in full time. All they have to do is bring that in with a copy of their diploma, and boom, they're driving a brand new or pre-owned automobile. There's a lot of great programs out there for college graduates, but stick with your kiddos when you get there. We had one the other day that you'd have thought he was at Six Flags. He bought all the rides. And we got done. He was just so excited. I get my own car. I get to say what I want, buy what I want. And Kurt stepped in, and I was like, time out. And the finance guy's head, it just went down. But he did buy the tire and wheel protection. He did buy gap insurance. And he did buy the window tint and the wheel locks. Great package for him. And so it's don't let them get caught up and then realize when they get home and they're paying their own rent now, their own car payment going rut row. I'm about $200 over budget. I'm about $300 over budget, but I got the car I want. And now you're married to your car and you've restricted everything, or they've restricted everything they can do because they bought a car and they're living on ramen noodles.
Yeah.
Not a good thing. Not that there's anything wrong with ramen. Let me clear that up. I like ramen. I'm like
moving down
ramen.
over here a little further.
I get those phone calls, but
you will.
what I'm saying is, peanut butter and crackers. And I like peanut butter and crackers. Okay. I'm a Peter Pan.
Do you like the creamy or the
Creamy.
nuts?
I don't like crunchy.
I don't do it. I like
Never
the cream.
have.
Yeah, I agree.
When it was on sale, I bought it.
Right.
Because you get a bigger tub crunchy than you could the smooth.
Sure.
And so,
yeah.
And then what was funny is I'd try to crush them up, and I couldn't do it. I didn't know how to do it.
Oh, that's
I put it in a blender one time. It didn't work. It just made a big old mess.
Right.
But anyway, stick with the kiddo through finance. And here's the thing: if you want help getting your kid through finance when they're buying an automobile, go to theautomotiveedge.com, contact Kurt, and let me step in and help. So they're off to a good start. Getting out of college and getting their own job and getting their own apartment, man, they are just high on the hog. And we need to stick with that because that can be a really good situation, just like the people that got them through their degrees, hopefully at the right college with the right professors, to make sure that their automotive needs are taken care of. But the college graduate programs are really, really good. We just need to get you with the right place that's not going to take advantage of a college graduate. Just help them out. 800-281-8255. That's 800-281-TALK.
Good morning, Melanie. Good morning, McCoy and Michael say hello, Uncle Kurt.
Hey,
that?
McCoy and Michael. Uncle Kurt says hello and love you very much. And I know you're getting just spoiled up, loved up with your grandma. What do they call you, Melanie? So I don't say, because I almost said Aunt Melanie, but she's actually their grandma. Good looking kids. And they got, one of the best moms in the world. I just love Julie. My brother from another mother, Charlie Davis, thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Edge radio show on the Word 100.7 FM. Phone lines open, 800-281-TALK. It's 800-281-TALK if you got a question about makes or models. So right now, brand new automobiles, incentives are higher than they've ever been. If you're a truck buyer, remember, I was over at Grapevine Ford there on Highway 114, employee pricing. Employee pricing. You don't have to negotiate. You don't have to be concerned because the manufacturer is verifying the price. How cool is that? That you walk in and you have employee pricing on the invoice, and that's what you pay. So Ford's killing it, and the thing about it is, they had the two fires at their factory, and at the aluminum plants, and so it really set things back. But Ford's like, you know what, we're going to still continue to ramp up and get out what we can get out, and still do employee pricing. Now, some of their Raptors and some of their specialty items, the ones that come out all jazzed up, that is not part of it. But your F-150s. Your Ford Edge, your Expedition, your Explorer, the Mach-E, the Mustang, employee pricing. So what a great time. Go see my buddy Cameron and Cameron over Grapevine Ford, employee pricing. Then you flip over to Dodge and take a look at Grapevine Dodge, $18,000 off MSRP on a Lariat. On a Laramie, excuse me. I'm going, wow. And then you look at the discounts, $14,000, $15,000 off Jeeps. Everybody is piling on the rebates and the incentives right now because of gas prices. So pickup trucks and SUVs, goodness gracious, so there's some discounts out there for you, the consumer, to take advantage of. Quit sitting on the sideline going, I'm going to wait till gas prices come down to buy. That's not the time to buy. Time to buy is now, while gas prices are high because of all the massive discounts and rebates and incentives. And once that cools off, guess what? So do rebates and incentives. So I wouldn't miss out. I really wouldn't. I have been, you're responsible to say things like that. Let me help you with that comment. I'm not. I'm just telling you, I am a consumer advocate. And when I see the inventories piling up and I see the rebates going through the roof and I see what they're discounting these trucks
and what they're giving you for your trade.
Wow.
Oh, it's like a combination of here we go.
3 trades in March that we built. So you got March, April, May, and they got the same amount of money for their cars with just a few thousand miles on it. How do you like me now? 800-281-TALK's the number. Quick break. We'll be right back.
All clear.
She's a GG too. Okay.
Did they call her GG number 2 or just GG also?
No, I think it's just.
Is that like sharkfish?
Yep. McCoy and Michael having their Saturday morning with Gigi.
Well, there you go.
I guarantee you they're getting just spoiled up rotten. But that's what you do with your grandkiddos. Good morning to the lovely Mrs. Chase.
Yes.
Jim Gibson, good morning.
And Lee DeValle, I met her. She was the hotel I stayed in Sunday night before I went fishing. She was the head person there, and got to talk to her in Atascocita, Texas, and ask her to tune in and be a part of our show, and she did.
Nice. Well, thanks for joining us.
And I didn't get your name fully because you just said call me Lee, so that's what I'm doing.
Well, good
Great
morning, Lee.
Out there in Humble, the Atascocita area, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
I shared the word. I don't know about you.
So the weather was nice,
Perfect. It was a great week. Just
and you went out to the oil derrick.
went out to the oil rig.
Did a ride out there bother you?
No,
Be honest.
I got a, no,
Did
it's
you bring
fine.
your pink blanket?
I did. I held onto it real close and prayed a lot all
If
the
the
way
ship's
out
going
there.
down, the blanket's going with you.
Yeah. So anyway, it was all good. We had a good time. It was, just no problems at all. You always worry about that kind of
And
stuff.
how great was it eating fresh fish?
Well, I'll tell you, we went to this place where you catch and they cook, and they call it, and it was Huli Hut in Galveston. And we, of course, my buddy caught a 90-pound shark. Of course, when they came back, the crew, they cut it all just into the meat. I think I sent you a picture of that, right?
Yeah.
Piled up. So we took 2 big chunks of what I would call shark steak like size.
Yeah.
And so we take them in there, and they said, no problem. But how you want them? They gave us 3 or 4 ways to do it. And I said, well, I want mine blackened. He said he wanted to do some beer battered. I didn't care for that much. But it was $16.50 for this big plate. A person with hash browns, coleslaw, I don't know, something else was on there, and the meat, the fish. Go on, God, you can't beat that, right?
Nope.
This blackened shark was as good a fish I've ever tasted in my entire life. Was not fishy.
They cleaned the fish too?
Well, I think it was.
Or you cleaned
when
it
it was
before you brought
already
it to 'em?
clean. Well, what do you mean clean? It's just meat.
Who cleaned the fish? Who took the head off, the bone?
Oh, no, they did. It was already clean when we brought it to the restaurant.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you had it filleted and cleaned
It's
before
already-
you went to the restaurant.
Correct. It was all good to go.
Nice.
So that's what they did. And the blackened was fantastic. Wasn't fishy tasty at all. And I was actually shocked because I didn't know what to expect.
Why wouldn't you want a fishy taste?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you want a fishy taste?
Well, sometimes I think that certain fish are too fishy tasting. It's just to that. But this was like perfect.
Whose thing is this?
That is, oh, I see it. He's got the, never mind.
Eddie Rabbit.
Eddie Rabbit. God, I keep forgetting these guys. They're too old for me.
800-281-8255. That's 800-281-8255 or 800-281-TALK. If you got a question about any make or model, you just want to have a conversation, give us a buzz. Coming up at the top of the hour is our Kurt's 10 at 10. So be sure to hang out for that. And we got a whole new topic to cover. And we try to just stay away from the cars at the 10 for 10. I mean, eventually we may get there. But anyway, take you back to some of the good old days and whatever topic it's going to be. Let's see what we got here. Great question that came in, and I took I had about 40 questions that came in, so I took the first as they come in order, and we'll be covering them for the all the way to the noon hour. But one of them says, "Where is the best place to find the value of your car?" And it's going to be at the dealership. Here's what you need to do, though, is go right to the used car manager and say, I'm thinking about selling my car, just selling. What would you give me for my car? And then also go to theautomotiveedge.com. And when you fill out the trade appraisal, put in the 17-digit VIN and give a true description of your car. And it's important that you give a good number. We had an incident the other day. I told the gentleman that his car was worth $35,000, and he told me his car was a 4. Well, his car was a 2, and so when he got to the dealer,
That's the rating.
yeah,
we're looking
we
at.
do 1 to 5,
Right.
and 5 is jammed up, jelly tight. I mean, nothing wrong. It needs nothing but a new owner. Very rare car. So anyway, he gets the car to the dealer, and it needs tires. It needs about $1,000 worth of ding and dent. And he said the inside of that thing is going to need to be detailed at least twice to clean it up. I went, really? He was so mad. So the guy told me, he goes, hey, it's a $30,000 car all day long. And so it was a nasty phone call. He said a few things that he shouldn't have said. I wound up hanging up. I did take his call again, and I'm like, "You're not going to talk to me this way. Your car." And they sent me pictures. I'm going, "Buddy, there's no way this thing's a 4." But the car started every day. It never had any problems. He's had it for 4 years. It's done everything he needs to do. So, okay, it's got to be a 4. That's the hard thing for me when I'm talking to consumers describing their car, is to get a true actual number on the automobile.
An honest answer.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't even know that I would say honest. It's honest to them.
Well, but also some people underrate their car.
Sure,
which
100%.
is something that happens a lot too. And so I know that's probably hard to figure out what they're thinking, those numbers are based on like you're saying, how they feel about it. So the best way to do it is just understand that the condition of the vehicle, look it over, see what, if there's French fries and ketchup and gravy and all that in the car, be honest about it.
Well, the other thing too is you got to figure that there, on average, is about $2,000 worth of reconditioning on a average car. If it needs tires, needs a detail, needs all the fluid,
cracked window or anything like that, that's all got to be changed.
I did see one the other day that went through the shop, and it was 800 and change, and it was tired up good. The body was in great shape. It needed a detail. It needed the fluids changed, and that was it. And that thing was ready to go. And so everything is, based on what, the dealer finds on that car. Not every car is going to need a $2,000 reconditioning. We had one the other day need $4,000 worth of reconditioning, but they showed them the report that came out after the car went through service, and the guy was like, "My gosh, I didn't realize it needed that much work." And it did, because you got to remember the dealer has to put their name on the back of it and sell it and be able to stand behind the product that you traded in. So it's not just the dealer buying it. If they're going to resell it, it's not a wholesale piece. It just goes to the auction. There's a cost involved in that.
But they're wanting your vehicle.
Yep.
So they're going to do their best they can to give you what, you're hoping for, or, they want it. Dan Smith says, "We'll buy your car whether you buy ours or not." And most dealers feel that way, don't they?
Well, they don't want to go to auction.
Yeah, and they want to know who they're buying it from. At an auction, it could be from anywhere, any place, whatever. And they'd rather know who they're buying from, just like you're knowing where you're buying your new one from. You're there at that place. So it's a good relationship when you know that they're wanting your vehicle. Just be honest about what's going on.
Yeah, when you're at the auction and you see MMR, which is Manheim Market Report, let's say the MMR is 24,000. And, they start out wherever, then it goes to 21, 22, then 24, then 24, 5. All of a sudden you see a lot less hands going up, 25, 24, 6. Well, you got to realize that number, they're going to have to pay the auction fees, the transportation. Then when it gets to the dealership, hope that the reconditioning is low, so they have a book to value that works for the bank that's going to finance it. So there's a lot of matrix involved in these automobiles, but when they're going through there at that big of a price, the dealer's margins really squeeze, because they know that if a car books out with the bank at 25,000, they got 26.5 in it. It's going to be hard to get that vehicle financed, and you're going to have to come down with some cash. So everything is as close as book to value with reconditioning, and then hope you have the lenders that will say, "Okay, we'll finance that much based on their credit." But they'd much rather have you pull up, look at your car, take it back to the shop, put it on a rack, give them about 45 minutes to take a look at it, because it's nothing. It's money to you to make sure that they can put all the money in it and that you're well taken care of when they buy the automobile. So that's really the internal on how that works. When I'm watching these guys on auction and I'm looking at MMR, and I'm still seeing hands getting thrown up when they're now $1,000 over MMR, I'm going, golly, guys, that's a lot of coin for that car. And then they hope it's the right one when they get it back to the dealership, because they buy insurance on top of that. And I remember one time I bought a dozen cars at the auction when I was managing a lot up in Louisville, and 6 of them went back. Well, it was $185 a car that I had to put up, and I didn't even get the cars. So there's really a lot that goes on with the auctions and how all that works, and that's why you, the consumer, are in the driver's seat with trade-in values right now. The owners are went from 10 to 12.2 years of ownership. Oh my goodness gracious! Lease cars are coming back in droves, and a lot of them are electric, and so the used car market's taking another hit. And it's nothing but good news for you, the consumer, when you go to trade in that automobile. But let's make sure that we're maximized to minimize. What does that mean? Maximize your trade and the selling price, and minimize the time you're there going back and forth, where you can walk in, drive the vehicle, make sure it's yours, make sure it has all the equipment and everything you want on it, and then you go back to the business office, sign your paperwork, step out, go through the delivery process, and go enjoy your new ride. So when you're making those payments, there's no question that when you went through the Automotive Edge radio show, you got a good car deal. 800-281-TALK. That's 800-281-TALK. Coming up, Bo's Fishing Show. No, that's not it.
Yeah, well, everything you want to know about fishing, just give me a call. It was my first outing ever out in the
Did you
Gulf.
bait your own hook?
Heck no.
I didn't think so.
That was a great thing about it. They would take and bait the hook, and when you brought the fish up, they got it and took it from you and unhooked it.
So really, it was just exercise.
It was just basically. It was just a boat ride for the most part.
So when you were fishing, did you feel like you had a bigger fish than what came up out of the water on the end?
I caught about a 10-pound, what do they call that? God, I can't even remember now. It's a fish. A drum fish. And, it's pretty heavy duty. And my friend that caught that 90-pound shark, they had him running all over the boat. He circled the boat. They wanted him to follow that shark. And that shark was just taking him everywhere, to the back and turn around, go to the front, and then he would circle around. And they made him follow that shark all the way around.
Now, you had to buy a license, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was probably 30 to 40 minutes it took him to bring that thing in.
Wow.
It was quite a show. I enjoyed watching as much as catching it.
Oh, yeah.
It was excellent. It was a beautiful thing, and he was worn out, baby. Boy, time he brought that sucker in, he wanted to take a break.
Yeah, I hear you sleep really good
We
at
did.
night after a fishing trip.
It was fun, and I'd do it again. I know you don't like to fish, but
well, I've never really, the whole thing, because there's so many lies that were told. You gotta be quiet. You can't talk.
Baloney.
The fish can.
Well, maybe on lake fishing. I don't know.
Not even on the lake.
I don't get all
I got a buddy, Scott Dean, that grew up next to me. He's one of the top bass fishermen around. He said, "Do you know that I have a piece of wood with tape?
1 minute.
And I tap the boat.
Yeah.
I'll reach in the water and start tapping the boat. I'm like, what? And he goes, I said, do you talk? He goes, all the time. I'll play music, whatever. That's all wise tale.
Yeah, well, you think the fish are down there with headsets on?
He said, there's a lot of guys that want you to be quiet and just want the solitude and everything.
Well, that's for the fisher person. It's not about the fish.
Yeah.
If they want that, I get it. It's kind of a calming thing to go out there and do that. I want action.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out there and,
All right, coming up 10 at 10 here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, 800-281-TALK. Quick break. We'll be right back.
All good.
I thought it was a lot of fun. Just first time I'd ever been out the Gulf to fish, and I've been out there a couple times way long time ago to scuba
Did you go
dive.
through the jetties where it was rough?
We started with the jetties. We were going to try to catch some particular fish that we caught 4 or 5 of to try to catch the bigger fish. And so we did that for maybe 30 minutes or so, 45 minutes. And then we went out of the jetties and on the way to the rig. And on the way to the rig, here comes a couple of shrimp boats pulling their little nets behind them. Boy, they got all excited. They said, hey, this is nice. We want to stop here for a little bit. So we did and started kind of following the boat.
And the fish are following the shrimp boat.
Well, of course. And you could see them, the dolphins and everything follow what's the thing, the ferry. So they do the same thing behind those things. And I guess we were there maybe 10 minutes. And boy, he snagged that shark. And the work was on, baby.
How long did it take him to get it in?
About 30, 40 minutes. He was worn out. I tell you, he was running around that boat, and they wanted him to. He said, "You follow that shark. Do not try to. You kind of have to work it." And that pole was, I mean, it was bent down to almost back to his belly. And but he hung on, and he'd go to the back of the boat, and he'd go to the front of the boat, and then he'd circle around, and then come back the other way, and he worked it. He worked it. And I was actually
it.
then I was kind of glad it was him that caught it because I'd have been worn out. I'd have started taking a nap on the way back.
So did you freeze anything and bring it back?
It's all in Graham's refrigerator in his freezer. He's so excited.
Nice.
So it's a lot of
You're
fun.
gonna stink up that whole apartment complex cooking that fish.
Oh yeah, you don't care.
He don't care.
It's gonna be fun. So I told him what we could do too. Not this time, but maybe the next time that we can go down to that Hooley hut there in Galveston because it's only an hour from his apartment to Galveston.
Yeah.
So we could go down there and take a couple chunks and have them do that blackened and get the rest of the stuff that goes for $16.
Yeah, buddy.
You ain't gonna beat that. So we'll probably do that at some point in time. But my friend was really disappointed because he couldn't take some of it back because he was flying and the rules of all that. He just said, I can't go through that. I'll just leave it with you.
What does Charlie say when he lived in Port Aransas? I used to go offshore fishing every day and caught a lot of black-tip shark and dolphin.
Yes, that's what this was a black-tip shark. Now, I don't know what the rule is. I don't know if it's legal to catch dolphin now or not. They never did say. We never did catch one. But they did say because the dolphins were getting close to the boat. I mean, I'm talking about 10 feet, if not closer, when we were behind the shrimp boats. And they said, okay, if one of those dolphins grabs hold of that line, you better hold on to that pole because it will jerk you right out of that boat. I'm going, oh, that's good to know.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, thank you. I just let it go.
Well, they're just all muscle.
I'd rather pay for the fish than be in the water. I'd be pay for the ride and reel than be in the water.
I'm going to tell you, when we went swimming with the dolphins in Cancun, I think it was, or Costa Maya.
They're strong, huh?
I'm going, there's no way that thing's going to push my fat butt 5 feet. And so you had this floater. And so the instructor came and raised my legs up. That thing, and you put your feet together, that thing launched me across that pool. I was like, holy, because they're all muscle.
Oh, yeah. Well, the shark he was battling that thing. And he was getting tired. I mean, he was really tired, sweating a little bit. And
So what they do when they got it up in the boat? I mean, you got a shark on a boat.
Well, here's what they did. They tied it up somehow. I got it around his neck, and then they brought it and tied it around the things where you tie ropes, the little metal pieces, and they had it on the side of the boat for the longest. He cut the tail to let it bleed out, and then he kept it on the side of the boat for the longest. And we went out to the rig, and it was still on the side of the boat, flapping on the side of the boat, till it finally was gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they did their little look and test and see what it was going on. And then actually we were fishing at the rig. My friend and I were at the front of the boats fishing to the rig. I didn't even see him pull it in.
Huh.
So they did it while we were
How
fishing.
big a boat were you on?
28 foot. So I didn't even see him pull it in, but they weren't getting that thing in there while it still had a chance. That thing would have torn us up.
90 pounds.
90 pounds, baby. It was
Pretty
heavy.
good sized fish.
Very, very big.
I like it.
Charlie says a dolphin fish. He said dolphin fish. Is a dolphin really a fish? It's different than a dolphin that you are talking about and see riding beside the boat. I didn't know there was anything different.
Yeah. Dolphins, the dolphin that we caught was kind of a greenish, didn't even look like a dolphin when you got up because of the color of it.
So you're saying that kind of dolphin is a fish? I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know.
Or would that be a porpoise?
I don't know. I don't
All
know.
right. Anybody that's tuning in, the difference between a dolphin and a porpoise, what was Flipper?
I think Flipper was a dolphin.
I think Flipper was a porpoise.
Well, I guess we have to call Flipper and find out.
Okay, Google it
All right. Okay. Let's see what it is.
and say, what is the difference between a porpoise and a.
First of all, I'm going to see if Flipper was a porpoise or a dolphin. Was Flipper. It came right up. Flipper was a bottlenose dolphin.
Huh.
Your
There you go.
SRN program begins in 60 seconds.
So I don't know what that means either. Do you?
Yeah, it had the part that comes out where
Little
the
more
dolphin
nose.
doesn't.
Yeah, it was portrayed as a male, but the role was actually played by several different female dolphins. So let's see. What do we need to know now? What is the differences between a dolphin and a porpoise?
Yep.
Difference between a dolphin and a porpoise. Let's see. While often used interchangeably, dolphins and porpoise belong to different families within the toothed whale group. Differs significantly in physical appearance, behavior, and habitat. And Sherry Marson said, yes, there is a dolphin fish.
Huh.
Face and beak.
Welcome to the Automotive Edge.
Oh, well, let's get into that later.
Stadium. It's the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 out, man on third. And
I always
team
wanted to meet
consumers are
Flipper.
behind by 1
Hug the flip.
Consumers is Kurt Chase. The count is full. Joe Bag on the mound.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Somebody's got to show me a picture of a dolphin fish. Because I never knew if there was such an animal. I just knew that the dolphin was a dolphin. Thank you, Sherry, for that information. Not that I know any difference now, but thank you. I was born and raised around the Gulf of Mexico, and I still don't know what it is.
Give it up for the World Tag Team Champions, fighting for all your automotive needs. It's Kurt Chase and Big Wheels Bull Cover.
It's time for the Kurt Chase
Top 10.
You're up.
Top 10 at 10. Brought to you by Freeman Toyota. Located on the affordable side of the Metroplex. My buddy Dane Miner, BJ Stankovic, Jerry Patterson, ready to help you with all your Toyota needs, where you get more and pay nothing, like a 7-year, 100,000-mile service contract on every new Toyota. No charge. The place, FreemanToyota.com. Well, my 10 to 10 are the top 10 all-time box office earning movies. Top 10.
All right.
Ready?
Ready.
At number 10, The Fast and Furious, $1.5 billion.
Wow.
You can see where this is going.
Yeah, it's only going to go up from there, I'm guessing.
The Avengers, $1.519 billion. Number 8, The Lion King, $1.662 billion.
Wow.
Next, one of my all-time favorite, Jurassic World. I love all the Jurassic shows.
Yeah.
1.671 billion.
Is that combined?
No, that's just that movie.
Okay. Wow.
Spider-Man, No Way Home, 1.921 billion. Then the next Avengers, Infinity War, $2.048 billion.
Wow.
Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I loved all the Star Wars.
I'm sure that's going to be a lot of Star Wars the rest of the way.
2.68 billion. The next, Titanic,
Oh. Okay.
$2.195 billion. Number 2, jumping back up, another Avengers, the Endgame, $2.798 billion. And number 1 is what?
Oh, boy. I would say Greece.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Avatar,
Avatar. Which one?
$2.9 billion, the first Avatar.
Yeah, that's the best one, of course.
Yep. 100%. Okay. So I did my top 10.
Okay. And I never watched any of the Avengers movies. Have you?
Yeah.
I guess.
They're okay. That kind of stuff was never my gig.
What is it about? The Avengers.
Like Superman, Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
But they have all the different people that can do their different things.
Yeah, the
Can
superhumans.
point at
yeah.
you and fire comes out of
Yeah,
their
I
eyes.
know. I don't.
and,
That's
yeah,
not
my
me
gig.
either. Agree.
Kurt's top 10 in no certain order. Ford versus Ferrari.
I know that's a good one for you.
I love that movie, and because most of it was true. Next, number 9, Rudy.
Great movie.
I'm telling you what,
That's
that
a great
was
movie.
and a true story.
Yes. Yes.
Number 7, A Time to Kill. And that was with Samuel L. Jackson and Matthew McConaughey. And the end of that movie jolted me just like the jury. I love that movie. I think it was Matthew McConaughey's best movie. Everybody think it was Dazed and Confused or Fast Times, whatever. I'm out on all that. Here's one that I can watch over and over and over and over, The Godfather.
Always good to have that.
Number 5, Rocky 1, 2, and 3. I didn't like the other ones. They were so corny.
You mean the 8, 9, 10, and 12?
Yeah, I didn't like them. Number 4, Avatar. I thought
Yeah.
Cameron, the way he did that was unbelievable. Plus, I like Sigourney Weaver and everybody that was in the movie.
I liked it too.
Another movie I can watch over and over and over, and I can tell you, I could probably step in and be an actor in this movie, Tombstone.
Oh, that's one of my top favorites too. Definitely.
Now, here's a movie that probably most of you have never heard of, and it's Brian's song. And it's the Brian Piccolo story with him and Gail Sayers when they played for the Chicago Bears. And it's so cool because in the movie, instead of going from one scene to another, it fades out to black and then comes back up. And James Caan played Brian Piccolo. And one of my all-time favorite is a true story of how men really cared and loved each other. For who they were and what they were and how they stood by each other and through thick and thin, and one of the best movies.
Yes.
And then one of my movies that I just love, my boys have watched it. I've watched it probably a dozen times, and that's Remember the Titans.
I know that's
with
one.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, it's very
I
good.
think that movie, not only does it cultivate teamwork and separate and not separate black from white. The one-liners that are in are absolutely fantastic. The actors in there, when they start coming together, and all of them had to stand up and talk about each other and do a routine, was the best of the best. So those are my top 10. Do you have a favorite movie?
My all-time favorite movie is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh,
That I watch that, I can watch that over and over and over. It's just something about that, the way that all comes together. And if you've never seen it, it's to me one of the best movies out there. And then I like Sling Blade, and that's with the guy on Landman, the star. Can't call his name right now.
What?
The star for Landman.
Billy Bob Thornton?
Billy Bob
Yeah,
Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. Thank you so much.
Well, I can't stand George Clooney, but I did like him in that movie.
Oh, he's great.
Until he started running his mouth and talking, I have no.
I know.
I won't ever watch him
well,
again.
That's another story. That's a different situation. But
Where Art Thou? And that song became like this massive hit.
I sing that song. I love that song, and just the whole concept of it, of how they were running from out of prison, and then they step on the stage, and they had no idea that song was a mega hit. Just change. It's just so exciting to watch. But the movie itself is fantastic, and Billy Bob Thornton played such a great job in Sling Blade.
If you got a favorite movie, post it.
Yeah.
Dan Smith's a great movie, When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, there you go.
Great movie. There's a lot of. We just watched a movie the other night with Sally Fields, where she lives somewhere up on a lake. I can't think of the name of it, and the whole story was just fantastic. There was no killing or sex scenes or bad language. It was just probably, I think, one of Sally Fields' best shows ever, next to Smokey and the Bandit. it was just a great movie. We're sitting there trying to figure out what to watch. And everything you turned on, it says surprise murder or this or that. And so my wife found it, and it was actually fantastic. I have to find the name of it. Brian's song is Dorothy's favorite movie. How nice
Yes,
is that?
that's a long time ago that it came out, but it's definitely a go-to movie to watch. You'll have to probably dig it out somewhere.
Yep. I
out
used to
there.
have that on VHS. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened to it. But anyway, there's my top 10 at 10. And I had no idea. I was going to say Star Wars was the top producer, but now they got a new Avatar coming out.
Yeah,
I can't wait for it. I'm not really big into that genre of shows. I mean, I don't know how. Now they have Nick Nolte coming out where he's like a really old Spider-Man.
that's fun.
Not Nick Nolte, Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay.
And they show him where he
Just old.
turns his wrists and out comes the webs. I'm like, not even in a Spider-Man
At
outfit.
90 years old.
I'm going, whoa, what are we doing here? I mean, you know what?
what?
Hollywood must be really desperate. I do love Nicolas Cage. Gone in 60 Seconds, I thought was a great movie. But when he turned his wrists and out came the webs, I went, and they show him swinging through the city as an old guy. I didn't get it.
I like Tombstone too. That's one of my favorites. You mentioned yours was one of yours too.
Yeah,
That's a really good movie. I love that movie.
I think that Val Kilmer was by far
Doc Holliday, baby.
should have received every award possible for his role in that movie.
He was-
Nobody was better, cooler, and the one lines in that movie were
1 minute.
the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
I turned my son Colton on that movie, and I think he's watched it 20 times.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh,
That
look
sent
on
chills
Jo- he
down your
goes,
back when he said that. huh?
well, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked across your grave. I just
Yeah, and he always
love
had
it.
that little sweat going, just not even bothered.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can tell you everything about that movie.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
awesome.
good. But
And my friend is tuned in that we went on the trip with from New Jersey. Jack Babin is tuned in, watching us on YouTube and talking about our shark trip.
super. Let's take a quick break. We got more car talk coming up here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
Oh, clear.
So, Dave,
Yeah.
what's your favorite movie?
One of my all-time favorites is Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is a good one. Is that the where he's the principal?
Yes, it's
Yep.
where he's the principal.
Yeah, that's
Great
a
movie.
great movie. You're right. I love seeing that a bunch of times. Fantastic.
Another one I like is Dangerous Minds.
Oh, another
I
good
don't know
movie.
that one.
That's another school movie, but it's a different concept.
Isn't that with
there.
Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Good movie.
Dangerous
And it-
Minds. I guess I
Yeah,
need to check that.
it's she's a teacher and there's a bunch of gangsters in her classroom and she's able to kind of get through to them.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I was trying to think funny movies, and it's really hard for me to get involved in a comedy movie. There's some guys that I just didn't find funny. The one with Steve
Martin.
Martin, where he had the long nose and he was a fire chief.
Oh,
I didn't get it with,
no.
with Hannah, whatever her name was. Jim Candy, I don't think made a funny movie. Eddie Murphy, the last Beverly Hills Cop, they should have never, ever, ever even released.
Well, they
That
do
was just
too
a
many of those
disaster.
repeats. And
But it was hard. The only two, you can't ever go wrong with Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase.
oh yeah,
Probably one of the best comedy shows. I can't think of a lot of funny movies that are out there.
she said it was Roxanne. Sherry said it was Roxanne. He was in Steve Martin.
Yeah, I don't think Blazing Saddles, I guess, was.
That's a pretty rough one right there, baby. I don't even know if you can even find that anywhere now.
That with Alex Karras, who
Yeah,
is a football player for the Detroit Lions,
yeah.
made that movie really, really funny. But
Yeah.
I think back, and there wasn't a lot of. I don't know. I don't know why growing up, I always thought the movies with Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis were hilarious.
Boy, but they didn't like each other.
You know,
They
it
did
was
not like each other. Do a little research on that, and boy, that was not.
yeah. But how cool was it that Frank Sinatra brought them together on the
Yeah,
Muscular Dystrophy
sure they
show, and they
did.
buried the hatchet. But I think back on, and it was actually TV shows that I found funny, not
Right.
really movies.
We got the CBD guy on the line.
Okay,
CBD guy.
Feel
That's-
good hormones.
Ralph.
Visit twist25.com
Ralph.
for an order online or call
I think about the TV
888-489-2782.
shows that I used to,
Look your best, feel your best
watch
with Twist
and
25.
laugh.
Right.
And there was a bunch of them I didn't find funny, like Bob Newhart, Mary Tyler Moore, and all that. I just didn't. But I thought Sanford and Son was one of my favorites. That show made me laugh.
How about All in the Family?
You know, I
It
was
was-
too young.
Yeah.
And, you know, it wasn't until later. I mean, and you could watch. They couldn't get away with that now.
Oh, you kidding me?
You know.
No doubt.
Here we go. 800-281-TALK. That's 800-281-TALK. It's the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. We have you covered. And if you have a favorite movie, continue to post it. We'll call them out as we see them coming up here. And there's some ones that I probably just don't even remember.
Yeah, but
from
jog,
the
remember.
past that, you know, I love the old war movies, Guns of Navarone, Dirty Dozen. But there's a bunch, Patton. I loved all those movies. Great, great, great movies. Anyway, let's go to the Automotive Edge hotline, and joining us from, I believe, down in Alabama,
Really?
our good buddy Ralph Paul. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, we got.
Wait a minute here. I know that sweet voice. How are y'all?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. So you guys are kicking back, feet up, and joining the surf side of things. But the folks back here at your CBD store, Keller.com, that's your CBD store, Keller.com, it is a brick and mortar. They do ship for free. So anywhere in the United States that you're listening to this show, go to your CBD store, Keller.com, and they will ship for free. Great, great products. Joining us on the Automotive Edge hotline, Ralph and Chrissy. And Chrissy, how are you today?
Doing great. Doing great. We've got celebrating Mother's Day a little late down here and just enjoying the sun.
Hey,
We're
let's
gonna
talk
go
real quick.
Fishing today.
I got an email today, actually yesterday, saying, talk to me about the seltzers and their principles. So, Chrissy, if you would, you've got several different kinds of seltzers that are available at your store. Kind of talk about the benefits of those products.
Oh, yeah. So great option. You know, a lot of people, you're basically getting the relaxation, but without drinking the alcohol and the bad side effects of that. I mean, there's zero sugar. You've got 5 calories, 0 carbs. They taste great. Just a great alternative to have, be able to socially, if you don't drink, have an alternative option. A lot of them are helping people sleep. So you're getting all the health benefits and relaxation without any negative side effects. You're actually helping your body while enjoying a seltzer. So not very many options out there. You can actually say this is like helping, relaxing, but still also helping and benefiting the whole body overall, just stress. I mean, that's probably number one thing people are dealing with and come in asking about.
Yep.
But they still want to be coherent and driving and all there. So we are getting the health benefits and relaxation all at the same time. And we've got a couple different flavors. So there's more of the sativa side, the indica side. We've got blueberry, tropical punch. We've got kava seltzers. That's been pretty popular out there. So our
And the
mushroom
strawberry
seltzers
lemonade.
also have the sunset days.
Yep.
That's probably the best tasting, my favorite.
All right, well, let's
But
turn
the,
the switch here real
mushroom
quick
drinks
for
are
the people
amazing,
that
too.
are working during the week. they're under the stress, they're looking at the clock, and they're hitting that brick wall, talk about one of the products that I love, my wife absolutely loves, is the Brain Boost that's sold at your
Brain
CBD store, Keller.com. That's your CBD store, Keller.com. Talk about the principles and the benefits of your Brain Boost.
Oh, that is a great one. So CBG is what's incredible in that product. It is really helping that brain fog. It's a great pick-me-up in the afternoon. You know, when you think you need another cup of coffee, this would be a great alternative. Refreshing, tastes good. You've got something that's really helping just be on point, checking off that to-do list, not dragging, but just all there. Cognitive help, it's helping repair mentally. It's just amazing. And then you do have your lion's mane. That's a helpful boost. A lot of people are talking about adaptogenic mushrooms now, and that's also in our Brain Boost seltzer. So you've got help from all different aspects.
Go to your CBD store, Keller.com, and there's so many products. My wife, in fact, today she said, we've got to go by the CBD store. I said, why? She goes, well, Carol Ann's in town. She forgot her nighttime gummies, and she's staying with my sister. She goes, please, please, please bring me by just a couple to get me through my stay here in Texas. But from the gummies to the collagen creams to I'm telling you, there's a product there. You don't have to wait for the holidays. You don't have to wait for Mother's Day to really give your wife a great gift. Go by and pick up some of the products and listen to the great people there at the store that are so well educated. Because one thing, Chrissy, that you guys have never asked me or any other person that I've heard in so many other CBD stores when we were mystery shopping was, how high do you want to get? Because you're not about the high, you're about the health.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go to your
Looking at the whole
CBD
body.
store,
Yep.
Keller.com. That's your CBD store, Keller.com. Check out the product. But hang on, there's a phone number there. And even though the beautiful Paul family are relaxing with their feet up, enjoying Mother's Day and those beautiful grandkids, Ralph and Carol and the family,
Just give us a call. Yeah, 682-593-7299.
Say that again.
682-593-7299.
That's right.
We'll help you out, ship for free, answer any questions you have.
Yeah, let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show and get a discount. We ship out to Tennessee. We ship to Georgia. These are family members. I'm telling you, it's a great lifestyle to get involved in, because I take my anytime gummies during the day. I've been taking the tincture. My wife and I have been sharing it. She's had a little bit of pain in her shoulder, which is like gone. Your wonderful mother directed her on what to take and how much each day. And I'm telling you, it's incredible what God created in the earth that SunMed has taken and developed to change your lifestyle. It's your CBD store, Keller.com. Chrissy, give my best to the whole family out there. Enjoy your family time, and we'll see you when you get back in town.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
You bet. I'm telling you, folks, your CBD store, Keller.com, it's a life changer for me. It can be a life changer for you. Well, coming up here at the bottom of the hour, only Bo knows.
Yeah.
Coming up
Hang
here.
on to your hat.
That's right. And then after that break coming out, we'll have the phone lines open for questions and answer. If you got a question about any make or model, how to buy a car, about financing, and I would just tell you, too many of y'all are going 84-month financing. Quit doing it. Quit doing it. There's other options out there if we can have a conversation. Now, if you just got to have it, you just got to be the coolest guy or coolest gal on the block. I had one guy, he put down $15,000 and went 84 months. I went, wait a minute. You put down $15,000 and you finance a car for 84 months. He goes, yeah, but it's something I've always wanted. I'm like, I can't imagine wanting something that bad. But, you know, it's not one size fits all, but let's take a look at options. We had a lot of people that we changed their minds from one product to another. I'm going, here's the kicker for you, the listener, and the people that keep up with the show is drive these new cars. spend the time driving and you'll be blown away how much more you can get for less than what you thought. You don't have to go onto a luxury brand lot to get luxury anymore. You don't. Like I said, my buddy over there at the VW store, that Atlas, this is how much nicer a mid-size SUV can get. Quick break. Don't go away. It's Bo Knows coming up here at the bottom of the hour on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We'll be right back.
Oh, clear.
Yes, Officer and a Gentleman. That was a good movie.
Oh,
I've seen that a bunch of times, and I still love it every time I watch it. Thank you, Ralph, for that. One of my favorite comedies is The Jerk by Steve Martin. I've always liked that movie. He was okay. He was born a poor black child.
Yep,
it's so funny.
I agree.
And there's been some good ones out there, but there's no doubt my all-time favorite is "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" That's the go-to for me always.
I was just trying to think of just a good comedy movie that I really enjoyed, and I tell you one actually that was funny, but it was a war movie. Was Kelly's Heroes?
Really, I never seen that.
Buddy, you got to watch it. There are so many stars on that group, from Donald Sutherland,
Wow.
Telly Savalas.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's old school there.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of the guy that played the major. Real tough guy. Anyway, that one, Donald Sutherland makes that whole movie.
Great
he was the
actor.
best.
Son, that turned out to be a pretty good one too.
Yeah, Keeper.
Yeah.
You know what? I always liked, believe it or not, I liked the Munsters. I don't know what it was about
I
that.
don't know. It was
Gomer Pyle.
Yeah. Well, my all-time
Beverly
favorite.
Hillbillies was a hoot.
Sherry said that's a great movie with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood. That's right. And then, all the spaghetti westerns with him: Fistful of Dollars, Good, Bad, and Ugly, High Plains Drifter. I loved all them.
I thought
Hell Rider.
I liked the Young Guns movie.
Yeah, I thought that was okay. Keeper was in that.
Mm-hmm. Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, the two brothers.
Yep. But yeah, good fun movies. I got to tell you what, I sure wish if you would just Google Sally Field's last movie where she lives on that lake and watch it. That thing is so cool. It is so cool just to sit back and enjoy a movie that.
Somebody said I needed to watch Stealing Magnolias.
Still Magnolias?
Still Magnolias.
I'm going to tell you what.
I've not seen it, but I think you're the one that told me I needed to watch that.
They say it's a chick flick, but that Driving Miss Daisy, both of them are right there. But in Still Magnolias, the scene at the end at the cemetery is the funniest part of that whole movie. I'm telling you what, I could just go back and make my day
watching that.
Listen to those ladies go at it. It's the best because what's her name? Dukakis is in it, and Sally Fields, and God, there's a bunch of great actresses in that.
I think Dolly's in that too, isn't she?
Dolly Parton's in it. Yeah, great movie.
I'd
And it's so funny, younger, if you told anybody you watched Still Magnolias or anything, they would wear you out. But now, those movies right there, there's no bad in it. I mean, it's just a life story. Yeah, there's going to be somebody probably that passes away, or whatever. But the way they ended that movie, the writer of that thing was just great.
Good morning, Art. And Ralph says Don Rickles. He was one funny guy for sure.
I didn't
Crazy.
like Don Rickles.
Huh?
I didn't like Don Rickles.
I know he's over the top, but he was.
Anytime he was on a talk show, he always took over and.
I know he lambasted everybody. It was almost like a current. What do they call them when they have those
a message brought to you
things where you go after somebody? What do they call those?
Roast.
Yeah, he was like a roast. He was everything was about a roast to him.
Bo, you're up.
Bo.
That's a bo. You are tuned in case you just joined us right now here on the Automotive Edge radio show. We're here every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to noon right here on 100.7 FM The Word, syndicated on Westwood One and SRN. And this is the Bo's Nose segment. And usually I don't talk about automobiles. So if you tuned in and go, I thought this was the automotive show, well, we'll get to that. Just hang on. We'll get to that. And today, I came from Houston Friday and went there and got around Houston area, drove that 4-hour trip. I am always enamored by people that want to drive slow in the left-hand lane. It's amazing. And I saw one car while I was on the freeway, and they were in the right-hand lane, had plenty of space in front of them. The car was pretty far back behind them. And then they pulled over in front of the car that was driving in the left-hand lane and drove slow. Now, it's against the law in Texas. I don't know if you maybe tuned in from a different state or a different location around the way, but I know that my brother got a ticket for it once for doing that. And it's up to a $200 fine for doing that. So I hope that they get every one of those people for doing that. Do you like that? Does that what's the one thing when you're driving that bothers you the most in those kind of categories like that?
Oh, people on their cell phones.
That's a good one too.
I'm going to tell you what, I will honk you. I actually wanted to put one of those train horns on my vehicle, which is legal. But the problem is if you cause an accident,
then you're responsible.
Yeah. You know, the people that get in the fast lane, you know that a lot of the highways in Texas, the left lane is for passing.
Correct, for passing only. That, and they have signs on the freeway that tell you.
And you get them people, and they got 9 and 10 at 2, and they don't care.
And if the speed limit is 65, they're doing 64 and a half.
Yeah,
and they're letting you know that I'm kind of the social police out here. But it's for passing only, and that's frustrating to me, especially driving on the freeway. Dave, what is one of your issues? If you're driving.
My biggest issue is when people are getting on the entrance ramp and then they get at the end of it and they start stopping. They don't keep going to build up their speed.
That's a good one. And I'm not sure. I wish I should have looked that up, but I don't know who really has the right of way. I always was taught
it's always the one in the initial lane.
On the freeway.
Not the people entering.
So they should
remember,
yield.
Because here's the deal, and I heard this in a court. A blinker doesn't give you the right of way.
Correct.
It's an alert or a
question.
Right. But it does not give you the right of way.
Well, those people that come off the side roads and get on those freeways, they just run you off the road if you already have the lane. And it's like, I try to help them. I know they're trying to get up to speed, and I usually back off a little bit, but sometimes they just will run you off the road. And I think that's a dangerous situation too. But a lot of those things lead to road rage, and it's a huge problem in Texas, and it's growing. So be sure and try to be patient and do the right thing out there while you're out there, because this congestion that we're seeing in a lot of the big cities and stuff, it's causing a lot of problems. So just be, aware of those surroundings and follow the laws, what it says. So if it says passing only, that the left lane or don't drive fast and slow in the left lane, get over to the right and let people go around you. So there's been some little bit of changes in some of the laws. They one is in the DWI. It's called a penalty enhancement, and what that is that if you get a DWI and you have a child under 15 in the vehicle, it's now considered a state jail felony. It carries a penalty of 180 days to 2 years and a fine up to $10,000. And then on top of that, with all the court costs and everything like that, it could even go up as high as $25,000. I'm a little shocked by anybody that would drive intoxicated, period. But with a child, someone under 15 in the vehicle, what is up with that? I can't imagine. And then I saw where last year in Texas, and we're talking about Texas right now because that's where we broadcast from, that last year in 2025, there was 90,485 DW arrests in the state of Texas. I was a little shocked by that. What did you think about that?
I don't believe in drinking and driving, but here's a question that comes up a lot though. What is too much? And I don't like answering that question. If I had a glass of wine at dinner, am I okay to drive?
Well, the law is 0.08.
I know, but
can
you handle a glass of wine?
Well,
if you had that glass of wine, is going to impair decision making when you get behind the wheel.
They say that it's based on your weight and size and things like that.
And how much you're eating and everything.
Correct.
And so, I've had that question going, so how much is too much? I have no answer. If you're asking that question, you just looking for affirmation or whatever. But, being in the bar business, I was always one to, tell them, hey, that's it. And you wouldn't believe how many taxi rides that my bar paid for.
That's good, though.
I lost a half a dozen friends that were intoxicated in accidents that I heard about later. So I don't get it. If you're going to drink, stay somewhere. I think one of the greatest things is Uber.
No, most definitely.
Calling a taxi, and then people think, that if you drink a cup of coffee,
that it's supposed to help.
It does not.
It might sober you up a little bit.
It's going to give you an euphoria that you think you're in charge.
But that doesn't change what's in your blood.
Yeah.
And so you have to watch out for that.
And here's the other thing, too, is there's, I saw some stats on that a while back on how many false arrests there are a year where the cop says, hey, I smell alcohol, and they haven't been drinking.
It could have been mouthwash or
that's
something.
Exactly right. So I saw the video where the kid he goes, sorry, that's mouthwash. He goes, why are you using mouthwash while you're driving?
No, that's what he says.
And actually, the guy goes, well, actually, it's none of your business. And he was on his way to pick up a girl.
Right.
And they took him down the police station. He blew zero, and they still kept him at the police station for like another 5 hours in a cell. So,
yeah.
And I'm 100% support the blue, but there has to be a point where maybe you didn't get what you thought you were going to get. So all the false or fake arrests, whatever the case may be, I would love to see go away. But bottom line is, Mothers Against Drunk Driving is a great organization. I think there needs to be, based in the areas, more DWI checks. If you see, down on the West End, or not even the West End, what is it now? The other big area in Dallas.
Oh, you're talking about
Deep Elm.
Deep Elm. Right.
Set up your roadblocks. Let's start doing the road checks. Hold the bars accountable, because I don't know when I've asked that question is. I have a very high tolerance for alcohol, but
sure.
I'm not a big drinker. I don't go out and say, okay, I have a high tolerance, I'm going to have 4 or 5 cocktails.
And just test the waters.
It's just, I can sit at home and have a couple glasses of wine and I'm fine. I look over, my wife's asleep after a glass.
Right, of course.
Everybody but it doesn't give you, for some people, it gives them that large and in charge. Don't drink and drive, period. I don't care if it's a beer. Then you should be there several hours, whatever the deal is, you're eating whatever. I'm not endorsing that. I'm just saying you should know and not know.
And this is for first-time offenses too. This new penalty enhancement is, and you're going to have
1 minute
extra trouble on top of that, because you'll be in a position to where you're going to maybe, if you're in a custody issue with a spouse, that's going to play a big part of that.
Job.
I mean, all
insurance.
things are going to just start piling on like you're at the bottom of a pile of a football.
Here in Keller, they put you in the newspaper.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere? Hey, here I am.
Yeah, I saw a distant family member in there one time. I was like, ruh-roh.
That's funny. Well, I've got a few more, but we'll do that next Saturday on Bone Nose on some of the things that are happening in the laws of Texas. Thanks for tuning in here to the Bone Nose segment. And don't go away, because when we get back, we'll have a lot more of the Automotive Edge radio show with Kurt Chase and myself, Big Will's Bo Carver.
Oh, clear.
Okay, Charlie Davis, you are the winner today, because Tim Conway is one of the funniest.
Oh, no doubt.
When he did that midget golf, have you ever seen that?
I've seen him do all kinds of stuff where you look like a midget doing several things.
And he fall down.
Yeah.
And it's just the way the stage.
I don't know how
I'm
they
going
did
to tell
that.
you what. And plus, like he said on Carol Burnett, he would make them laugh so hard they couldn't finish.
Naturally.
One of the
No, he was
funniest
hysterical.
guys. I loved him.
No doubt about it.
Thank you there, Charlie. That brought back a smile and some
Yeah, he's
great
anything he was
memories.
in for sure.
Yeah, I remember when he was on Johnny Carson and he did the midget basketball.
Mhm.
Golly. Oh,
Some funny stuff right there.
yeah. He was the best.
Yes, Charlie, people don't take responsibility for their actions and know their limits when drinking. They should know what to do for sure.
Yeah, life's too short.
It's just those such
But the thing about it is, it's not you. You're. Remember, well, I always tell people that driving isn't a right; it's a privilege.
No, it is a privilege.
It's a privilege to have a driver's license, and you know, when I go out to dinner, if I have something, it's usually before dinner, and then I'm fine all the way through. And my wife and I shared a glass of wine, you know, for the dinner. And but going out and
Partying.
you know, do they do happy hours anymore?
Oh yeah, they sure do. Most everybody has that now.
You know,
I think they did away with that for a while, didn't they?
yeah. When I was in the nightclub business, we had a marquee outside, and we couldn't put happy hour on anymore. That's when, you know, Mothers Against Drunk
It really
Driving
was going
came
hard.
in, yeah,
Right.
and you couldn't advertise that. You know, you couldn't do half price drinks, or I forgot how we had to.
Well, I don't see it really advertised out on the billboard or anything like that. There may still be some connection to that, but you go inside and they do have happy hour specials. And if you get there at happy hour and you have a couple happy hours, and just stay till midnight till you get cleared.
I
up.
like going in for the happy hour appetizers.
That's good stuff too. Now I remember some of the hotels used to have that back in the day. We used to play our band in a lot of hotels back in the day, and these special rooms. It was fantastic, and they would have happy hour and a setup that was second to none.
Oh, we did when I was bartending at a place called the Bell Ringer over in Dallas. We had a happy hour buffet. One time it'd be burgers or tacos or whatever, and it was nice because we hosted Mary Kay, we hosted Southwest Airlines, we hosted, and man, he laid
That's
out
where the results are sent
a
directly
buffet
to
that
your
was
email.
unbelievable.
Yeah, and those days just don't happen anymore. But you know, most hotels don't have bands anymore. We used to play a lot of them when we were in the Houston area and played a lot of different hotels and had fun, and just a different day now. And I think the whole thing about drunk driving has kind of killed that. Maybe it should have.
Bring a song with all the different.
Okay. And we are back here on the Automotive Edge radio show, here every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to noon, right here on 100.7 FM, The Word, and on 620 a.m. and syndicated through Westwood One and SRN. Plus, you can find us also on our live stream, which you can go to Facebook, which is the Automotive Edge radio show, and see us as we are streaming a video and audio. And then our sister Facebook page, which is Shifting Gears. Then you can also find the same feed on LinkedIn. And if you have that specific app, you can find us with the under Kurt Chase, KURTCHSASE. Kurt Chase.
You sure about that?
I'm working on it. And then under our YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel is the Automotive Edge Radio Show. And there's a lot of things happening on there besides just our live stream that we do every Saturday. A lot of special guests that he has, that he's interviewing, what we call video shorts, where he's doing ride and drives with a certain vehicle, and just a lot of different things are happening there. So we just ask you to subscribe to that channel and like and share it so that we can help people out there, because that's what our desire is, to help people with all their automotive needs, for their buying, selling, lease, parts, service, body work, tires, wheels, even getting your vehicle cleaned up right. And all those things are what we're here to do. And that YouTube channel is geared for that. So all the others are good too, but that one is the one we'd like for you to really subscribe and like and share. And here's the man of the hour, Kurt Chase.
Hey, a lot of you are looking for cash cars, and I would just tell you right now, if you're here local, Burleson Nissan, 35 and Renfro Road.
Rutro.
a 2016 Ford Edge 11,225, a 2017 Acadia SLT 11,225, 2017 Murano S 13,725, 2015 Infiniti 14,200. Nissan Kicks 2021 only 16 grand. A 2018 Frontier pickup truck only 16 grand. These are vehicles that 2021 Nissan Altima 18 grand. A 2018 Compass Limited 18 grand. When you're looking for that good, affordable, low price vehicle, I'm going to tell you what, Burleson Nissan 35 and Renfro Road is the place to go. The Justin Crane, I love this guy. I'm going to tell you, he is more fun to hang out with than Six Flags. He's up to date on makes and models, the economy, what's going on, and he runs one of the coolest ships by far in the Nissan industry. That's Burleson Nissan 35 and Renfro Road. Take a look at his cash cars, or his cars that you can finance as well. 3 cars under 25,000 that are brand spanking new. The place, burlesonnissan.com. So I wanted to hit
did you can we talk about what Ronnie Swain wanted you to talk about? Not to interrupt what you might be wanting to talk about.
Okay, here's Ronnie Swain was talking about towing capacity and what vehicles will do. And a lot of people don't understand like GVWR, tongue weight, payload, these type of things in order to tow a vehicle is the question he was asking, correct?
Right, exactly.
And so a lot of times you have to look at towing capacity. When they look, well, let's just start with GVWR, gross vehicle weight rating. Okay, that's how much the vehicle actually weighs. And then you have payload, and then you have cargo, and then you have tongue weight. There's all these factors that you have in front of you when it comes to towing a vehicle. Payload is cargo's option and people. Okay, so if it's a truck, they figure it with 4. They figure, on average weight of a person. I don't know how they do that in today's economy, unless you're on like Zipbound or something. And then they figure out what will fit in the bed where it's not going to blow the shocks.
Or you mean on top of what you're pulling?
The bed. No. What you're putting in the bed.
Right, okay.
The payload in the bed.
Okay.
What that will hold that is going to not, compress the shocks to nothing.
Right.
And then you have tongue weight. And tongue weight is the weight of that trailer, what it is putting down on the bumper, the tongue weight of a travel trailer, not a fifth wheel, because the fifth wheel is going in the bed of the vehicle.
Right.
And then you have actual towing weight. I want to tell you, I love my old truck buddies. They're going, well, they hold back about a ton. I'm like, you're kidding, right? So if it says 5,000 pounds of towing, you've got to back off just what the trailer weight is. So let's say the trailer is 5,000 pounds. Well, that means you're not going to have anything else inside the vehicle. So always have that leg up. If the trailer weighs 4,000 pounds and you're going to be filling up the bed with a product, and then you have 3-4 passengers in it, this is what you need to calculate all together. Just because the trailer weighs 5,000 pounds, you have a trailer weight of towing. Well, you got to realize that it's just towing capacity.
You might have a lot of weight in water and different stuff that you put in your clothes and all that. That's on top of what just the weight of the trailer is.
Yeah, I had a buddy. He had 2 coolers, and those coolers had to be 250 pounds a piece with all the meat and ice and everything. And they were hauling down the deal. And I went, you gotta make way for that. So if it says towing capacity, that's everything that truck, the front end, the drivetrain, the rear axle is pulling. And that's the weight of the people, cargo and options, and the trailer. And then a lot of people take and load the trailer down, and you're not calculating that. You're going, okay, Bo just bought a truck, and him and Barbara Ann are going to hit the road. And he bought a truck that has a 6,500-pound towing capability. And the trailer is 6,000 pounds. Well, you're not going to have a bunch of leg up by loading that thing down with 3 months of clothing and
Yeah.
food
Yeah.
and what you put
Water.
in the bed. Let's say you're bringing canoes or rafts or whatever the case may be. You have to do a finite calculation, but I always say give yourself some leg. Why? Going up and down the hills,
Mhm.
going through the mountains, going down a steep hill that you want to make sure that you have all the proper brake capability, that you're not overweighted and you hit the brakes and go, wait a minute here. So you need to do some finite calculating if.
Yeah, because a lot of times people that pull an RV may be putting weight in the trunk. I mean, in the
Inside of it.
inside of the
RV.
the back of the truck.
Yeah.
So you got that weight that's in the back of the truck as well as pulling the RV.
And most people load up a bunch of stuff in RV. You put in your
Oh,
butane tanks
sure.
and your ice
Yeah.
chest, and you have to
Food.
calculate all
Yeah.
this. Because the thing about it is you put extra strain on your motor and transmission. You're going to put extra strain on your tires and your braking system. So there's a lot involved there. And I've had plenty of people that over tow and say, well, I've been doing it for years, no problem. Well, it's only going to take that one problem. You're going to wish you had done it. And also make sure that you're equipped with a sway bar.
Yeah, I think that's
I had
kind
a
of
buddy that bought
mandatory.
one and he was going left, right. He goes, well, I don't know what's going on. So why don't you put a freaking sway bar on it?
Yeah, I think if you buy anything nowadays, it's reputable. What's the word? It's reputable.
Reputable.
Yeah, they're going to make you have a sway bar.
Yeah. So, figure everything in and give yourself some leg always. I got a buddy, he bought a diesel and he goes, well, this thing will tow, 18,000 pounds. I'm like, okay. He's buying this mass. I don't know. I didn't know that you could haul a trailer this big behind a truck, but he did. And I said, give yourself some leg. And he did. He gave himself about 1,800 pounds of leg.
Definitely.
In case, and they're doing him and his wife, they sold their house, the farm, everything, and bought this beautiful 3/4 ton loaded up pickup truck, this massive trailer, and they're traveling the whole United States in it.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I said, that's where you really got to give yourself some leg. I said, probably by the time you get back, you're going to have that loaded with goodies you bought everywhere. and you keep loading the trailer with it,
Right.
and you're adding more. And so it's better to go well under than at, or think you can get away going over. And one of the guys talked to me, goes, buddy, we're going flat road all the way to California. Okay, well, that still doesn't mean that you have, and his truck had a 12,500 pound towing
Wow.
capacity.
Wow.
And he was at 12.5 before he even got started. And I went,
ooh,
wouldn't do it.
Whoa, I couldn't enjoy a trip like that. I'd be sweating bullets every time I
And he
get
says,
in there.
well, Kurt,
Oh, here we go.
the manufacturers have to have some leg in there to protect themselves. I'm like, why would you have stinking thinking like that?
I do the same thing with my gas in the car. I go take it down to zero. See how
What
far
do you you go to court and you're being sued and go, hang on a minute. I want to bring the manufacturers in here because I know we got some leg up on this deal.
What
Just
is
because what they publish doesn't mean that's all it would do.
Yeah, well, why would you even
I'm
want
like,
to go
come
there?
on. But I hear that a lot. You wouldn't believe how many truck stories where they would say, let me just tell you something.
I got this.
I got a GVWR of this, and I hauled
1 minute.
a hay trailer, and I doubled the amount of bales on it. Well, okay.
Well, good for you, and you made it okay. But man, that may not happen all the
Yeah,
time.
you turn that corner, and there's something ahead, and you need to stop, and you can't. You ain't that cool.
Or your engine starts smoking while you're about halfway in the middle of La La Land.
Yeah, but just don't think because it says towing 12.5 and your trailer's 12.5 that's going to work.
No.
I wouldn't chance it.
No, that's their choice, I guess. But
That's right. 800-281-TALK. That's 800-281-TALK. Give us a call. I'd love to hear from you. Quick break. Myself and the great one, Big Wheeled Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
and Charlie Davis, got to answer your. I know that he tried to call in. Did you see that?
Tell them to call in.
And he said that when he called in, he said he was told that to call back because. Hold on.
Got it.
What'd you say?
He said because we're in top 10.
Right, and that's what I want to tell Charlie. And so we don't take the calls at the top 10, which is 10, and then at 10:30. So please call in now if you'd like to call in.
Yep. And you're right. One of the best ways is the fifth wheel or the
Gooseneck.
gooseneck.
Well, there you go. He should know. He's a truck driver.
No doubt. Charlie's like E.F. Hutton when Charlie talks trucks.
We listen. No doubt. But that's thank you, Ronnie Swain, for that question, because I'm sure there are a lot of people who wonder about that, especially if they're new in boat buying or RV buying. You just got to make sure that what you're getting to pull that thing with has the capacity, over the capacity, so that you don't get in trouble. And if you're buying a boat or an RV, then you may have to step up to what you need to buy for the vehicle. So just do what you need to do so you don't get caught in those kind of issues, because they're going to be very costly.
Yeah, always give yourself some leg up on the way.
No doubt.
Always.
Be right back.
Do what?
He said we'll be right back. He said that.
He said be right back.
That's what he said. I don't know what that really meant.
I don't either. Kind of threw me a curveball there.
Well, we got the top of the hour news going on here. Appreciate everybody tuned in on our social media sites, on the Automotive Edge Radio Show Facebook
Like and
page.
share.
Yes, and we've had a lot of people staying with us the whole time. We really appreciate that. We're sharing the word in a lot of other places besides just the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We're getting people from a lot of different states all across the area, New Jersey, Florida, California, and Arizona. And then we're spreading the word radio-wise with this Westwood One syndication. So the show's really growing, and we really appreciate your dedication to following us on these social media sites. And it's share the word to people out there in your family. Let them know, hey, there's an advocate here with Kurt to help them. And it doesn't matter if they're in the local area or not. I mean, there's a lot of things that they need to know. And there's a lot of standard things across the country of what maybe their trade's worth, or where they think they're getting gouged on a new vehicle. There's some distance, maybe a little bit of play in these different states, but if it's out of whack, it's going to be out of whack no matter where you are. So it's really best to really know before you go. That's the mantra of the show. Know before you go. Know what the value of your trade is. If you've got a vehicle that you're thinking about trading, get in touch with Kurt at theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. And then click on Ask Kurt, or message Kurt, and then leave your message and just say, hey, I got a question about my trade to see about what you think the value might be. And here's my name and phone number. He'll give you a call, get all the data that you have from that vehicle, and then he'll give you a really good idea what that vehicle's worth. And that way, if you go and trade your vehicle there, say your vehicle's, he's giving you an idea it's worth $35,000, and the place you take it, they say it's like worth $28,000. You might want to tap the brakes on what they're telling you. There may be sometimes people go, he talks to them and they say, well, you told me it was worth 30, but they gave me 33. So sometimes it fluctuates a little bit, maybe a little negative, a little more based on the condition, miles, and things like that. But you'll have a ballpark figure.
And a need.
And definitely.
The dealer's like, wait a minute, I need that car.
Right. And so don't be taken advantage of. Know before you go. Know what maybe a car that you're looking for, or a truck or whatever. What's kind of the ballpark of what I'd be looking at to really buying that for. Let Kurt get involved. And it's what we're here for. No charge.
I do get those calls. One guy called me, he goes, buddy, you need to brush up on your evaluation. That's why. He goes, I got $3,200 more than what you told me.
Well, that's good news. Thank you for the call. That's really good.
I will brush up.
Yeah,
I promise you.
Yeah, that's if that hurts your feelings that you got more than that, and he gave you a little slower than what you thought, then amen, hallelujah, glory to God. I mean, bless you.
Yeah.
But
pass the beans.
Praise the Lord and pass the biscuits.
That's right.
But that's the whole thing. Just know before you go. Don't take the risk. Don't, you think you might know? Well, go ahead. But then don't call on Monday and say, what do you think my trade might have been is worth or would have been worth? And he gives you a figure and you hang up the phone.
You know what I hear all the time? You guys are all the same. No, we're not. No, we're not.
And what does that mean? You're all the
because
same.
they didn't get the deal they wanted.
I got you.
Y'all are all the same. Going, okay. Well, hold
Well,
that
listen,
thought.
we don't broker. We're nothing more than a service to you at no cost.
Yeah.
Period. We're here to do the radio show to inform you each and every Saturday morning, like we try to always do. We have fun on the show with the 10 for 10, 10 at 10, and the Bo Knows, and we talk about a lot of things on the broadcast, from food to fishing to whatever. We go off the rails a little bit, but we're into the automotive.
Your
umbrella.
SRN program begins in 60 seconds.
That's good to know. We'll be on live on the radio in 60 seconds and counting down, but share the love, share it to the people out there that can be helped before they go make a big mistake. And purchasing, it's these vehicles are way too expensive for you to just guess and hope.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. And if you do know, that's fine. Why don't you just get an amen to that? That you could get in touch with Kurt and say, this is kind of what I'm thinking, and this is what I think I should do. And he says, you're right on track. Keep it up. What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
What's
well,
wrong with an amen?
50% of the cars that I appraise, I have no idea where they're going.
There you go.
The other ones are
Where
going,
they're taking it, you mean?
I'm looking for, I'd like to go here. The other one's like, well, I just want a ballpark in case I'm ready.
Right. Well, that's it. It's here for the free message to you. So take it or leave it.
With 2 out, man on third, and Team Consumers are behind by 1 run. At the plate for the Consumers is Kurt Chase. The count is full. Joe Bag on the mound, waiting for the side. He goes to the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a long fly ball hit deep into left center field. It's going, gone. 2-run homer. Another great walk-off win for Team Consumer by Kurt Chase at the AutomotiveEdge.com.
You're up.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, the show that helps you with all your automotive needs, and we have some fun. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, body shop, get us involved. Let us help make sure your automotive needs are taken care of. Because remember, once you sign, you drive over the curb, it's your car. And people all across the United States, I got 72 hours to figure this out. You need to read the fine print. That's not the way it works. If you have your car and your paperwork and it is signed, as long as that car was not misrepresented being pre-owned, it is your car. And you wouldn't believe how many times in my 38 years in the industry, buyer's remorse has set in and they want to have that car. And okay, well, I'll just refinance it. And we're going to be talking about what refinancing really looks like to a lot of consumers. It's changed quite a bit since COVID, but anyway, be real careful. Hey, if it's tires, I just got this deal from the folks over at Driver's Edge Auto Repair.
Sweet.
And Sun Auto. If you go to Sun Auto, they own places all across the United States. Try now, buy 2 tires, Kumo tires, get 2 free. Continentals, $110 in discounts on the tires. Goodyear up to $180. Goodyear Bridgestone. Firestone, $170 saving on a set of 4. $80 savings on Goodrich. Paragon tires, $29 oil changes, $69 wheel alignment.
Wow.
$120 off your brake service, $60 an axle. And you just buy 2 services, get 1 free. There's not a better place. They've been with us now for 22, going on 23 years as a sponsor of the Automotive Edge Radio Show. If you go to mydriversedge.com, that's mydriversedge.com, and find a location nearest you. You can also go to Sun Auto, because there are some that are under the Sun Auto blanket with different names. They've kept the family names on the buildings, and the family, a lot of them are still run by the family but owned by a company. called Sun Auto, and they just do great service. I mean, it's the affordable way, the smart way to keep that car on the road running safe and running well and getting all your money out of it when it comes to ownership. That's mydriversedge.com.
And it's the place you want to take it before you buy a pre-owned vehicle from an individual for sure.
Yep. $35. Check it before you buy it. So, hey, Kurt's top 3 picks. I had so much fun out driving this last week. And one of the best small sedans that's out in the marketplace for the money, without a doubt, is the Nissan Sentra at $23,000. I like the look. I like the style. I like the MPG. Like everything about this car. The new design on the Nissan Sentra for 26. Once again, that market of those cars, you know, your Nissan Sentra, your Volkswagen Jetta, your Honda Civic, your Toyota Corolla, that market is doing very, very, very well. And for me, it comes down to looks and style, and the Nissan Sentra has it all. Next is the Ford Maverick, coming in at $28,000. You get employee pricing now on the Mavericks over at Grapevine Ford. But I got to tell you, when they came out with the Maverick a couple years back, I was like, why are you coming out? Because you have the Ford Ranger, you know, and then you have the F-150. And if you remember, the mid-size trucks, they went away because they were so close to the price of a full-size truck. You take when the Ford Ranger was out, and then the F-150, and you took a 4x4 loaded up XLT Ranger, you could have bought yourself a full-size pickup truck. Well, now you have a much bigger spread in the pickup trucks, and then they come out with the Maverick, and I went, gosh, this is going to be this little tiny box truck, and there's nothing about it tiny. In fact, you know, Cliff from Keller, I found out why he's not speaking to me.
Oh, okay.
I did not call him back on the value of the Maverick. He said he sent me a message. My apologies, Cliff. You know we love you here on the show. I did not receive it. And you're one of these people that has caused me to go into my, what do they call it? Spam
or junk.
Yeah, I pulled
email.
3 emails out of my spam the other day. But anyway, the Maverick, great resale, great options, great size for what they call a small truck. There's a lot of things that pickup truck will do for people that don't want the big trucks, that are concerned about MPG and want that, you know, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever
stuff,
you know,
called
neighbor's best friend. All my neighbors that have trucks, you know, you want to stay close to them. The Ford
course.
Maverick coming in at $28,000. Next is the Dodge Charger. Now, we were hoping that they were going to leave the Challenger name on it, but they kept it the Charger, which when you go back in the day, there were Chargers. Option on a 4-door is $2,000 more if you want to go a 4-door on the car. But
I like the Charger name better anyway. But you bought Challengers in the day, didn't you?
yeah, and now what I was buying as a Challenger is now a Charger.
Right, but I like the name better, Charger.
Yep. And so you have your twin turbo Hurricane motor available. You have your there's a few electric ones out there, and then you have your Hemi, which is now available on the vehicle as well. And the thing about the Charger that I like so much, it's another lineup in the Stellantis lineup that you can do so much to.
Yeah.
Because I always bought a basic white one, and then I'd have Kreger make the old school wheels for me, and then I'd put the pinstriping, and then I'd put the custom leather inside. I'd put Flowmaster exhaust because it was closer to the old sound, and I was one happy camper. I didn't raise the back end. I wanted to one time, though, but I didn't do it to give it that little dip, which were the deal back then.
Right, of course.
But you still have a car here in the 2026 Dodge Charger that you can do so much to make it yours and still have a good price point car. And every one of my Challengers that I customized, I sold every one of them. Every one of them. I did 3 of them, and they were all white. I pinstripe Kregered custom leather. I did the leather different each time. Flowmaster exhaust, and they were all. I mean, there were people pull up and go, "Man, that is a good-looking car." And it didn't have a sunroof, nothing fancy, but I made them, brought them back old school, which you can still do with this Charger. So those are my top 3 picks. I enjoyed driving them, spending time in them, and especially that Ford Maverick. I'm really, really impressed with what they call a small pickup truck.
I'm seeing a lot
what
of them on
they'll
the
do.
road too.
Yeah.
They're out there.
And you get the, get them loaded up. It looks like a big, bulky, mid-sized truck, more so than what you would call a little truck.
Right.
So there you go. Coming when we get back, we got a bunch of questions that have come in that we want to take and answer, and we're going to give you the average of new and used vehicles have actually gone up, and so I'm going to talk to you about some benefits of getting around some of this high price stuff, and then the CPO versus new. A lot of people are contacting me now, going, "Okay, tell me again about the CPO. Maybe a little bit more than I wanted to spend," and we'll feature and benefit that as well. And your Q&A coming up here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. And be sure you give us a call, 800-281-TALK. That's 800-281-TALK. If you've got a question about makes and models, and, a lot of people on the sideline going, when do I pull the trigger on a newer pre-owned vehicle? And there's not a better time than now. When gas prices go up, inventory gets stacked, the manufacturer starting sanitizing the dealers to get the inventory gone because they don't want to shut down assembly. They just don't. They may slow it down, but they don't want to shut it down. And this is a great opportunity for you, the consumer, to get that vehicle. So let's take a quick break, meet some great sponsors. And Dave, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You got it about 2 minutes still.
Oh,
really?
Really? It's
Yeah,
Comment.
where's it?
Really, it's 11:15.
Oh, it's 11:15. Okay. Well, here, I'll hit a couple of notes then. Average new vehicle being sold through the month of April has gone up to $51,417.
What?
Average new vehicle being sold.
1 minute now.
Average used vehicle jumped up a little bit, $30,215 pre-owned.
Wow.
Through the month of April. So they're getting more expensive. But there are still some great buys out there. Remember, when you start hitting around the 2016 and moving forward, quality was paramount in these vehicles. If you remember, one of the commercials was quality's number one, and that's why these cars are so expensive to work on now, because they don't need as much. They're running longer, lasting longer, based on how well they were taken care of. But there are still some other great options out there before you go over budget to have a vehicle. Quick break. Don't go away. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
All clear.
All right. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today and being a part of our broadcast here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Be sure and like and share. I know y'all will do that, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And help with to get that's the Automotive Edge Radio Show on YouTube. A lot of great stuff going on there, so it'll help people get more knowledgeable about any of the decisions that they might need to make for any of their automotive needs. And it's anything you might need. If you go to theautomotiveedge.com and ask Kurt, get on there, leave your name and number and what you want, what need to know, and get that information and take it on down the road.
I got a couple of buddies and some friends that send me some of the funniest videos. And I got to tell you what, they have sent me a dozen videos where I didn't know the courts were still doing virtual court, where you could.
Yeah, a lot of them still do that. And I know I bet Judge Gregory does that to some degree.
Really?
Yeah.
I was sent a dozen videos this last week.
That's some of the funniest stuff in the courtroom.
Where people are on virtual. And one of them, she was so inappropriately dressed. And he goes, "Do you understand this is court?" And she goes, "Well, duh, I'm at home." And he goes, "Do you understand that you are still in the presence of a judge and that you can be arrested and held in contempt?" And she goes, "For what?" And then she puts her feet up on the table.
Oh,
He's
my
like,
gosh.
"Ma'am, go ahead and turn that computer off, get properly dressed, and log back on at this time." She goes, "That ain't going to happen. I got to go to work."
Oh, my God.
It was ugly. And he goes, "Well, ma'am, then I'll just put a warrant out for you." She goes, "Do what you got to do," and turned off the computer. I went, "Well,
wow,
not smart."
And then they cry crocodile tears when they get arrested.
Yep. And then the best one still is the judge goes on everyone, timeout, hang on. We're not going any further. What's going on here? Like, what do you mean? What's going on here? And they said, what do you mean? Your license is suspended. Are you driving?
How'd you get here? Right?
Well, no, they're on virtual.
Oh, that's
So
right.
they're on the phone, and he says, well, I got to get to work. He goes, but your license is suspended. He goes, all right, well, you can turn yourself in. He goes, no, I got to go to work. I'm going. And so there's another one where the guy's sitting there eating, and he's behind the wheel, and the judge says,
vitamin D health quiz or purchasing.
Are you driving a car? He goes, no, sir, I'm eating. He goes, well, how did you get to whatever you have in your hand? He goes, the car got me there.
Right.
He goes, we're going to go down this road. And he goes, no. I just jumped in the driver's seat to do this video. And he goes, well, then who drove you? And he come up and he goes, okay, we'll turn the camera on them. He goes, well, they're inside eating. He goes, we'll wait. I'm like, I'm going, why would you, when you're talking to the judge about getting your license back, be behind the wheel and you're on a virtual court hearing?
I guess they don't think that the judge is watching them.
Oh,
come on, really?
I mean, you're on a live video feed.
As well, what are you going to say?
And I love the one. The judge goes, why are you driving? He goes, I'm in my driveway. And he goes, and why are cars passing you?
Dumb and Dumber exist.
And everyone will drop their head and go,
of course.
Okay.
They caught me.
You bunch of knuckleheads. Goodness.
Well, they bring a lot of laughter to us, but I don't think they're going to like what's going to happen to them.
I hear you. Hey, if you're heading down I-20, pull over to Wheatland Road and stop and see the great folks over there at Freeman Honda. I sent a couple of people over there this last week. One bought, one's in the market still, and said, hey, easy peasy. It got me a Honda SUV, and it couldn't have gone any better. We didn't have to deal with all the add-ons and all the rest of it, and everything you've ever said about the Freeman Group is true. And the folks over there, Wyman over the general sales manager at the Honda store, he's the best. And I talked to him, and he's so big into the community, and he's so big and just listening to your wants and needs and partnering you up with the right people. And they're one of the salespeople there, Mike. He worked with me 20-something years ago at McDavid Honda. And it's family owned and operated, makes a difference. Make it Freeman Honda, I-20 and Wheatland right there in Dallas, and stop in and meet Wyman and Mike and the guys. And the new Honda Prelude's out. And if there's not one in stock, because they're kind of hard to come by, they'll make sure that you get one. So from SUVs to cars to the all-new Honda Prelude, the place, FreemanHonda.net. All right, let's jump into, I don't know why my nose keeps itching.
It's the weather, the fall, what do you call them, pollens and stuff? Bro?
Yeah, see, that stuff doesn't bother me.
Well, it must be bothering you now.
I got to trim my nose hairs. So I don't know.
You better get that weed eater.
Yeah, here we here's a question that came from North Carolina.
Wow.
It says, how many dealerships, Kurt, do you need to go to for the best deal? And you know what? I always tell people, unless you know somebody and you're referred, like what I do. I had a gentleman the other day call me on a vehicle, and I went, okay, what are you looking for? Okay, fill out your trade appraisal. I took him through the whole process, went, drive over and ask for this person. And we've already got all the information. He called me up and he goes, man, I'm going to give you a handshake, hug, and 10 prayers. I was out there in 2 hours with a brand new car. That's the way it should work. People say, I want to be in and out in an hour. You can't buy a car in an hour. You can. Even if it's a cash deal, you still got to do the paperwork. The car still has to go through make ready. You still have to go to finance and sign everything, and you still have to go through a delivery process.
Well, you did that for me this past week. And it was one of the easiest moves I've ever made. So thank you. I'm going to extra pray for you because I know you need it.
I need it. I need lots of prayer. So, going to one or two dealerships, and if they're in the same ballpark, here's the thing. I always tell people when they're out shopping for a car, who gave you the best process and respect right up front? Who gave it to you? You know, when we used to have a Chevy store on our show that was on for 11 years. The GSM there, Jason Long was the best. And he always said, pressure makes diamonds, not happy customers. And when people got to the store, tire kickers welcome. And so when you get to a dealership and you say, well, hey, I'm not ready to buy, here's what I want to go through. And the ones that give you the best process, gave you the best information, mirrored you. And what does mirroring mean? Mirror means that they heard what you were saying and repeated it back to you. People ask me why this beautiful lady has been with me for 34 years. I learned how to mirror her. Although I wear hearing aids now and I don't have to go, huh? She would yell at me. I would repeat what she said and you would see that smile, that little sparkle in their eye. Well, it should be that way when you're shopping for a car. Hey, welcome to Joe Bag of Donut Motors. I'm Kurt Chase. How can I be of assistance? Okay. Oh, I tell you what, let me ask you a question. If I could just save you a bunch of time back and forth and walking all around the lot and get right to it, would that work for you? If you say no, there's something wrong here. And I would bring the customer in and I can do an interview in 3 minutes, to find out everything that was going on. I'm ready to buy now. I'm not ready to buy. I'm looking for a 4-door. I'm looking for an SUV. Right. Light or dark color. Fantastic. And the car that you're driving now, you're looking to replace it. Yes. What are the reasons why you're looking to replace it? Well, it's too many miles or it's not big enough. We're starting a family, whatever. And then a good salesperson will repeat back that information to you. He knows his inventory or she knows her inventory and pulls up a vehicle, if not exact, as close as what you were looking for. And when they show you that car, I used to do a 6-point walk around. I'd take you all around the car, show you all this. And some of it was just blah, 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 blah. But it was the way we were taught to sell. When the car is presented to you based on the information you gave them, that's a good salesperson. They've earned the right for your business. Now, you want to go to dealer B and you get there, don't tell them you've already been to another dealership. Don't.
And can I interject something real quick here?
Sure.
And don't give your social security number out to the first one or the second one or the third one or however many you're going, because you're going to be stuck like Chuck.
And because they do what?
Because they'll run your credit and the banks can only do what that original credit situation is going to be presented to the bank to all the places. You're not going to gain.
Well, to that brand.
To that brand.
If you go to a Chevy store,
but if
they
they're
run it, every Chevy store's got to go off that same call from the bank.
So it doesn't happen if they go to a Dodge or another place. It's different.
Completely different.
Yeah. So, but if you're interested in whatever brand vehicle, then you go to another location that has the same deal, then you're not gaining anything. They're not going to be able to do any more for you from what the original run was from the first place.
Yeah, I always told people when I was selling cars, I was like, look, I know you're going to go shopping, so I'm going to make sure that I'm the best supplying you everything you need. There's no doubt I'm going to earn your business no matter where you go. And I was that confident. And I didn't have a problem. My boss was like, golly, Kurt, you've talked to 4 people. You haven't sold anything. I had the best be-back traffic of anybody in that dealership. Be-back was meaning they would be back because of how I treated them when they were shopping for a car. And remember that. Be fair.
And if people are treated right, it makes a big difference. I know that. I believe everybody's affected by that. When they can feel that comfortability, not the whole big push or the so pressured. I mean, you got to talk to them and get some information, but I'm talking about how they just feel like buy or die mentalities on them like that. They feel
that's the way salespeople are trained. They are buy or die because the cost of doing business. But
right.
I remember a gentleman came back and he goes, all right, Kurt, sharpen your pencil. I went, nope. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, I got a $300 better deal. I said, no, you don't. He said, I do. I went, no, you don't. I said, because I'm worth more than $300. He said, why? I said, because I took care of your wants and needs. I showed you everything, and I'm going to be there for any situation that may arrive. He's not. He's going to take your money, and because that $300, he's not making any commission, and he couldn't give a flip about you. And that $300, I'm going to make $100 off of it, and I'm going to give it to you like you gave me $300 in my pocket. And I would look at them, and some people would go, well, $300 the deal. But I didn't have that lot. I was very confident I was infallible in my product. I'd look you in the eye. I would mirror what you're saying. And if you had that type of salesperson that really cares that you're just not another person showing up on the lot, give them that opportunity. No matter where else you go, if they gave you the respect and the information, they've earned the right to sell you a car. Quick break. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheels Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
Oh, clear.
We clear. That means we can go off the rails now, huh?
That's right. The party can start here.
Dave, this will be a short-lived show if you continue to say that to Bo.
Okay. I'll quit saying that.
No. We got to keep Bo caged. Otherwise, you unleash that animal, we're done.
Yeah. Feed me with a gate.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't dangle that carrot with Bo.
Yeah, I've already been to the principal's office about 3 or 4 times on the mowed nose already.
Yes, you have.
So,
Yeah.
Get smacked around a little bit.
Yeah, his new nickname is Slam Brand.
That's funny.
Perfect.
Yeah. Big Wheel Bo Carver, a.k.a. Slam Brand.
There you go. I'm trying to do better, but, I stump my toe every now and then.
Well, out of the mouth of babes, right?
That's what I say. I'm going to use that old thing.
Out of the lips of Bo.
I will have to say, ye without sin cast the first stone. But I don't care.
They're going to be stoning the crap out
I know
of
they
you,
do
so.
that every week anyway, so it's okay. One of these days I'll start throwing them back.
That's right.
But it's all good. We're happy to be here on 100.7 FM, which is the Word, and on 620 A&M. So like the
Wow.
Aggies.
Wow. See there, Dave? You already got him started.
I know.
A&M. A good radio talk there, right? 620 A&M.
So did you take any Dramamine or anything when you got in the boat?
I had a little patch that I got from the doctor.
You sissy.
I don't care. I'd rather be out there than out there hurling. I've had that experience before. I don't like that.
When did you put it on? The day
I put it on
before?
the night before, and it's good for 3 days. And I didn't have no problems. And it was a little rough, out there rocking a little
Going
bit.
through the jetty is
I
it can get you a little bit.
Yeah. And it was pretty wavy out there.
There's a lot of boats out there fishing.
Not as many as I thought.
Did you pass any big ships?
Yes, we did.
That's pretty scary.
That's very scary. In fact,
when you're in that little boat.
well, and even the captain goes, this is a little scary. I'm going, what? What? You're saying that? We're the ones supposed to be saying that, right?
Boy, that's a feel good thing.
Yeah, thank you. I better tighten that life vest real quick.
Yep.
But no, it was a great adventure.
Yeah, I need to get out and do that. I don't know
It's
why
fun.
I don't.
Well, we paid extra to go to the rig, but it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it to go out there. We didn't catch one thing at the rig. We were catching these little hardhead catfish. I just cut them, send them back in, turn them back. It's crazy. But he wanted to go to the rig because he had never seen a rig, my friend. He wanted to go out there and experience that, which is cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't worth to go fish there. Now, I'm not saying that another time may not be, but we met a guy at Buc-ee's on our way to Galveston that was buying. They have a place over there where they have frozen bait. It's like, it's big old room, right? And he was loading up. He had his cart full. So I said, hey, you look like you're getting ready to go do some serious fishing. He said, well, I'm a captain of a boat, and we're going to go out tomorrow night, and we're going out to catch big tuna. It's going to take all day to get wherever they were going. And they were staying 2 nights, I think it was, and they're going for the big boys. And it was $5,000 a pop to do what they were going to do.
Wow.
And he was a really super nice guy.
Car or a friend.
Talked to him
Bus
for a long
driving
time.
is drunk driving.
But he also knew that the captain that we went out with and said, man, that guy's a great guy. And he was a great guy. So kind of cool to hear all that. But I don't know if I could go out that long.
You're up.
Would you go out there for like 3 or 4 days or whatever?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
$5,000. I'm going. There's a lot of other places I'm going.
Yeah.
$5,000.
Yeah, no kidding.
One of them's not going to be out there with Jaws. 800-281-TALK is the number. That's 800-281-TALK. It's the Automotive Edge radio show helping you with all your automotive needs. And I want to thank all our great sponsors. If it is a Subaru, which I got to tell you, go to YouTube or Spotify and check out the interview with Abe. You won't meet a nicer guy when it comes to your Subaru needs. An Acura, a Hyundai, a Mazda, we got it covered. I'm going to tell you what, the Hiley Group over in Fort Worth, they got it going on. And great managers from Kip to Abe, the whole group over there. And we're going to be posting more videos. We've got the one up with Abe. We got one coming up with Kip. The guy looks like he's 18 years old and he's general manager. Couldn't be a nicer guy. And we're going to keep those things rolling. But it's Hiley Fort Worth. Stop in and see any of the dealers there or give them a call, go online and check them out. It's HileySubaru.com, Hiley Hyundai, Hiley Fort Worth Mazda.com, HileyAcura.com, Hiley Buick GMC Fort Worth.com, and check out all their spending. Always on my, hey, we're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show, and just cut right through the red tape and get your deal done. It's the Hiley Fort Worth dealerships. All right, here's a great question. How soon can you refinance a car? This has come up so much lately because you, the consumers that bought during COVID, you didn't get a good car deal. I'll just tell you straight up, you did not get a good car deal. You got a really bad car deal. And because you had to pay over MSRP for a lot of the cars.
And we warned you about, Kurt warned you about that.
Yeah, used cars were through the roof.
Yeah.
There were no good lease programs. Most of you are turning those cars in because the residuals were so high. With that, it's all book to value. All the banks that are refinancing, it's all book to value. The average car that we refinanced this year, most of them were leases. So they would refinance a residual. Wasn't a problem. The other ones, there was plenty of people that were having to come out of pocket, on average, about $4,500 to get book to value to meet the bank's portfolio, their criteria to go, this is a good car deal for us to refinance. There were some people that paid, gosh, this one guy bought a Cadillac Escalade and he paid $15,000 over sticker. Had a guy had a Navigator, he paid $15,000 over sticker. And so when it came time to refinance, they had to bring a lot of coin to the table because they couldn't trade it in. They just couldn't trade it in. There was no good rates back then either on most vehicles. And the one guy came out of pocket $22,000 to get that car refinanced to where now he's where he needs to be on the vehicle. And so that's one of the drastic ones. But when you're refinancing, the best thing in today's market, let's say starting in 2024, if you paid your TT&L and a down payment, chances are after 2 years, you should be in a situation to trade it out of the vehicle. The only setback would be, I got a buddy, we booked out his truck and he's like, well, I'm nowhere there. I owe, but found out, he put a lift kit, wheels, tires, all this stuff on it, $12,000 worth of product that was financed into the note. And so his book to value was quite a bit off. And then there was quite a few military people that are heading overseas, going to another country to serve in the military and getting rid of their vehicles and needed a lot of cash. Mom and dad had to get involved, wherever the case may be, where they didn't have a repossession because a lot of them lived on base and, jazz up these trucks and vehicles. And then it comes time, wait a minute, man, I'm being deployed or I'm heading over to one guy is being reassigned over in Europe and he won't be back for a few years. And so he couldn't bring the vehicle with him. So there's a lot of factors there. I always tell people, you know, when you're making payments, if you were in the COVID era buying vehicles, send an extra payment in, send an extra with that payment, extra $100, whatever the case may be, and start getting that brought down because the banks, yellow refinance your vehicle. There's a lot of them now. They're going into refinancing because people are keeping their cars longer and they need to keep that funding going and they want to stay in the auto side of things. But let's book it out and see where you're at on that car if you're looking to refinance, especially people that had credit issues and paid a high premium and bought all the product back in F&I, and now your credit score has gone way up. Let's book it out before you just go somewhere and roll negative equity into a new note. And it's a vicious cycle that you'll never get out of.
And especially with interest, that plays a big part too.
Yeah.
Especially you're refinancing. Usually that's going to be a little higher interest than what you might have had originally. So that could add to the problem too. So you got to be careful.
Next question was, how do I negotiate addendums and add-ons?
What is the difference between an addendum and an add-on?
Addendum is what you walk up to the vehicle and you have your Moroni, your window sticker. Then right next to it is the addendum, and it says window tint, paint sealing, fabric guard, wheel locks, trunk mat. A lot of dealers now are putting the anti-theft, the ones that they, you know, when you're on the road, they can monitor your vehicle where it's going, they can track it, and they're putting these on there on average about, you know, $2,500 to $3,000. The add-ons are if you're going to upgrade wheels, tires, lift kit, if you want to put a spoiler on a car, if you want to add leather to a vehicle. A lot of people are putting calfskin leather on their vehicles now. Negotiate that. Or tell them you want to buy a car. I just had a company that needed 2 trucks, and they said, well, we already do the spray and bed liner, which was fine, but they didn't want some of the other products, the paint sealing, fabric guard. They didn't want any of that on the vehicle. And he said, well, it's already on it. And so they said, okay, then just get us 2 more trucks.
No.
But we do want the spray and bed liner. We do want the wheel locks. We do want the window tint, but we don't want the other products. So there's a way to do that. Or if you say, well, hang on a second here. I'd like to have the tracking on my vehicle. Window tint, everybody puts window tint on their vehicle. I think the number's like 96%. Wheel locks are a good thing to have on your vehicle, you know, $100. Window tint, good window tints, $450, depending on where you are, and negotiate it. But you don't have to pay full retail MSRP on addendums or add-ons. You just don't. If some people say, well, it's non-negotiable, you're at the wrong place. If they're willing to say, well, hey, this is all our retail pricing we'll take and come down. The other one, it was like $2,800 in ads, and the dealer says, okay, we'll do everything on here for $1,900 with the warranties on it. It was a good deal for all that product. And so I said, well, yeah, go ahead and sign. There are products that are not on the addendum that you're going to be offered, such as extended warranties, service contracts, gap insurance, and that's all depending on your circumstance on whether you're leasing or buying. Gap insurance is one of the best products out there, depending on what you're putting down. If you're financing less than 80%, you don't need gap insurance. You just don't, because you're ahead of the game going into the note. Gap insurance is for people that don't put any money down.
1 minute.
Finance everything. So if that vehicle's totaled, the bank gets with the gap insurance company. They close that gap of negative equity, and you have a clean slate to start back over. You won't have any equity out of it, but you won't have negative equity that you have to pay going into your next note. But addendums are negotiable and add-ons are negotiable. And we can always help you if you send me a message at theautomotiveedge.com. All right, don't go away. We're going to get things wrapped up here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
All clear.
We're clear. Is that ever? Is that ever clear?
Yes.
So when you going back fishing again?
I don't know. It's kind of cool though. But I tell you one thing.
So Graham starts his new career Monday.
Monday.
Did he graduate?
Well, he's finished all of his classes. Okay. But he can't actually get the cap and gown and go across the stage because the internship is considered a class.
Huh. So how long is the internship?
3 months.
Huh?
3 months.
Okay.
So at the end of that,
So August he can.
Yeah, I think it's
cap and gown.
I think right around the August time. I think it's kind of the 1st of August or whatever.
And he better take his butt across that stage.
Yeah, I think his mama's already whipped him down for that.
Yeah. Well, you ought to also.
Yeah, I've changed my attitude about it. So
Now, my youngest son, once he crossed the stage, he did walk over and take his cap and gown and throw it in the garbage.
that's probably what Grant's gonna do.
I went, get it. And he was right in front of the principal, too. And I went, Ty, we want pictures. Y'all see the pictures, every one of them. He's like,
I know, loved it. I
yeah.
was real happy.
His big brother was standing there and said, Ty.
Come on, man.
So he had to go over the trash can and get it.
Well, I think what you have to understand, and I've talked to Graham about it, because he don't care. He is not a trophy guy. He don't care about trophies. He don't care about none of that, those kind of things. He just does not have any kind of emotional stuff about that. And he's got a few trophies that he's done over the years. It was, I feel like, it was kind of nice chest out kind of thing, but he don't care. And he just,
a lot of them. Zachary's a lot like Graham.
Yeah.
They're super intelligent and they're like, okay, we're done, move on.
Yeah.
But Zach knew you're walking the stage, especially, we paid cash for their college.
well, that's the whole thing is I think
Mom and Dad want to see a cap and gown and you holding up your diploma. And but when Zach was done, he took pictures and
that was it.
he didn't care about keeping his cap and
No.
gown or move on.
Graham's going to be the same way, but they have to understand, and I'm trying to educate Graham a little bit, that it's a proud moment for your family.
It is.
And everybody's proud of you. You don't get it. I know you, well, I did it and I had to work hard, but that's just what I had to do and blah, blah, blah. But, that's what he's gone through and the kind of education he's got and the kind of internship he's getting. I mean, he beat almost 100 people out for this internship.
Yep.
And they're paying him. They're paying for his living quarters. They're giving him full benefits for being an intern.
And it's because of what you did to walk the stage while you are where you are.
It's not, they didn't just give that to you. You worked hard for it. And the families
Sent
were,
directly to your
Well,
email.
I told my son,
That's check
if
your
you don't do it, I'm going to put on that cap and gown and go up there for you.
well, then the families worked hard for him to get there.
Oh, yeah.
Support, money, buy it on the pack, buy it, or whatever. He just supported them emotionally, financially, in every way.
Well, thanks so much for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, the show that helps you with all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop. Thank you for hanging out. Be sure to like and share because there's always going to be somebody out there, and it doesn't matter. We're now on Westwood 1. We are now syndicated. We can help you pretty much anywhere, give you all the basic tools to make your car buying, servicing experience what it needs to be. And it comes down to the 3 P's, people who you're buying from, the process that they take you through, and the right product for you, your family, whoever it may be. And we just want to make sure that you travel down that road. What are you doing?
You didn't see it yet?
What?
The Kit and Caboodle Show.
Kit and Caboodle.
You're tuned into the Kit and Caboodle Show.
Oh, boy.
I'm off the rails, Dave.
Yeah, way to go, Dave. No pay for Dave.
Oh boy.
Kit and Caboodle Show.
Have you ever seen the Soup Nazi?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yes,
I'm
have.
now the
I've seen
radio
that.
Nazi.
That's Bo.
No pay, Dave. No pay.
No, soup for you.
No pay for you.
Oh,
He gets Bo fired up, and here we
there
go.
we go.
Good morning to my beautiful sister, Carol Ann. She
Oh,
said,
yeah.
good morning, you two stud muffin.
Ooh, baby.
Bo's a stud muffin.
Man, how about them
I thought it was
apples?
like burnt toast.
Yeah, but I don't think it's as good as Boo. Like,
No,
right,
Dave's got
Dave,
that one.
He's got the boo.
I
Yeah,
like that.
I'm a boo. You're a
Man,
stud
I would
muffin.
love it if my
Yeah,
wife
I think-
my wife would go, "Hey, boo."
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
and you know what? My nephew Brian has been called boo his whole life.
Wow. See,
Oh,
so him and
wow.
Dave.
I don't know how do we reach that.
So there's
plateau?
two
I
of
don't
it.
know.
All right, two boos in
I
this
don't know,
world.
but I'd like to be my wife's boo.
I'd like to get to that level.
Would you
but-
like Barbara to be you be her boo?
Yeah, stud muffin might be second or third, but
Yeah,
that's
stud muffin be
boo.
next.
That's got to be it.
There we go. Hey, let's jump on a few more questions while we have time. This is, what do you think about nitrogen in your tires? Great stuff. Don't overpay. $20 a tire, you're fine.
Where's a good place to go, or do you want to say that or no?
Well, you got to find it because a lot of them have gotten away from it. But they
Okay.
deflate it 90%. They fill it up, then they deflate it again, and parts of the way, then they fill it again where you're at, I think, 98, 99% nitrogen. It will keep your tires on the surface better. And then when you have really cold days, it doesn't deplete where your tire monitors come on. I kept a set of tires to almost 30,000 miles on nitrogen before I replaced them. And I drive my cars hard. I guarantee, I'm telling you, sometimes I get a giggle when I hit the average speed. And I'm like, man, I sure haul tail around town.
Yeah, you do. I've ridden with you plenty of times. Too.
I just get where I got to go.
Do you feel the difference in the handling, or is it not really much?
Well, I've always done it. So to say that, with or without, but I
Right.
do know that
it makes them last longer for
Yeah.
sure because you don't go up and down with the
and you
PSI.
get better road to tire surface
gotcha.
where your tires, what they call is at a toe, and if you're watching the camera here, it starts turning the tires in and it gets your tires at a toe. And a lot of dealers now, when you pull up right on the service drive, that you'll see that red line hit it, and it tells you whether your tires are at a toe. If it needs alignment, adjustment, more air, whatever the case may be, but nitrogen prevents most of that. So I'm big on nitrogen.
Pretty cool.
It says, let's see here. How soon can you get off a cosigner note? Great question. Here again, from all the moms and dads, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas that have signed for the kiddos, it's a good 2-year process. You need to be on the note for 2 years, or if you go in after a year and you put down a big down payment and you can leave it in their name as long as whoever you co-sign for has good credit. It's even after 2 years, if you go to get off that note and you go to refinance and they look down and they haven't been paying their bills and their credit hasn't been that good, or you started out with no credit like my boys, and we would put them on the car note, they would sign, and then after 2 years, you would look at their bureau. Okay, are they taking care of their cell phone? Are they taking care of their apartment? Whatever it is. Are they have a credit card? Are they paying their bills? Because if their credit score has dropped, you're not getting off that note. You're not. So that's why we say when you're co-signing, make sure the bill comes to you. It gets paid by you, and then you collect the money from whomever you're co-signing for. Don't leave it up to them, and then monitor it. One of the best things you can do is get on Experian or Equifax and pay that subscription and go in and look at your kid's credit. I did with my son. We pulled up his credit, and he had some blemishes. We're getting them fixed. He's like, Dad, I'm like, look, always sit down with somebody that knows before you do anything, before you take out a loan or you do a credit card, whatever the case may be. And so everything's on the track. So we just paid his car off. And so his next vehicle's on him. There is no co-signing. We're done with all the boys and my daughter. And so monitor their credit. Wait 2 years. The whole time you want to be staying on top of it. You don't want that. Well, hang on, I can't afford it. I've got to get off that deal. We're trying to buy a new home. We're trying to buy a rental property. We're trying to retire. We want to get our debt down. You have to monitor their credit. $20 a month is the best investment you'll make. I mean, think about it. It's $240 a year to make sure that they're paying their bills and taking care of it. And then when that 2 years come, then you go down to the bank, say, hey, we want to refinance this note. You're off. They're on their own. You bless them, and move on down the road. But there's a lot of people that, unfortunately, with divorce situations, and even though the judge awards the car to this person, it does not exempt you from being a co-signer with the bank. It doesn't. You still have to go to the bank and get that car refinanced and get your name off of it. And I hear that a lot. Well, that's my spouse's deal, and they didn't pay on it. Well, banks don't care. You co-signed. You're still liable, even though the judge says, okay, you're responsible for the payment. You're still co-signed with the bank. And so buying the car right, putting the right down payment, 2 years of good payment history, plus good credit prior and during that note, you can get off that being a co-signer.
The bottom line is, before you co-sign, know what you're doing.
Ooh, yes.
You can really get dragged down a big rabbit hole if you don't know what you're
Sympathy can get you into
doing.
trouble.
Oh, my Lord.
And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I hear this all the time going, this didn't work out, or I need to get off. Whatever the case may be, you're locked in for a good solid 2 years. Make sure you're buying it right, and then monitor their credit so you know at that 24 a month, you're done.
Hopping on that train's a lot easier than hopping off. I can tell you that right now.
You know the comment that they all make?
What is it?
If I'd only known.
If I'd only known, yeah, of course.
And we don't. And so be careful who you're signing for.
Oh, that's so, yeah.
And I get it. We don't want our kids to fail. We want our kids to be successful. We want our kids to have reliable transportation. Or we say our I do's and we think we're going to be married forever, which I hope and pray you will be. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and the banks don't care. They want their money. And that's why you need to be involved every step of the way. If your kid opens up a credit card, it's going to show up on the alert, and you're going to get it. So when you register and you put their credit bureaus and everything in your name. And so anything that they're doing, you're being alerted. Hey, their score went up, their score went down. Hang on here, Johnny, Susan, I want off this note in 2 years, and this is not happening. Either you do it, or get this, you take that car back and go sell it. Tough love. There ain't nothing wrong with tough love. Is that worse than bad credit? No. It's good for you because you agreed to co-sign, but I run into this a lot, and I book it out and go, okay, you're at a good trading point here because of what you put down, but this person isn't going to get on that note this quick by themselves. And also their income has a lot to do with it, because your income may have backed the note. Do they have the income where you don't have to back the note? And the banks are going to look at this going, hang on a second, they're not that strong financially. Their credit's really good. All the payments have been made, but income to debt, that's just
you might
not
end
gonna
up
work out.
paying that car note yourself. Let's just be honest. And that's if you're going to keep your credit right, and something that goes awry or whatever word you want to use.
Well, just be prepared that may be a possibility.
That's what I'm talking about, and it will be if that happens, and it does, get
because love trumps a lot of stuff.
We'll see what happens. How much love you feel when you start taking over that payment.
That's right. So remember, if you have an automotive need, go to theautomotiveedge.com, and even if you're co-signer, let's make sure that the deal is as best as it possibly can, especially if you're co-signing on that note. We want to thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to sign up on our YouTube channel. We're now on Spotify. And sign up for the newsletter at theautomotiveedge.com. It comes out Wednesday, and we've shortened the process. You don't have to have the verification, none of that. And remember today, turn off those electronics, get reconnected, tell that person you love them. And remember, God forgave us, so you forgive them. Have a great Saturday. God bless, and have a great weekend.
And we'll see you next Saturday morning at 9 a.m. here on 100.7 FM, The Word. Be safe and love each other.
All right. Have a good one.
Hey,
You too,
thank
Dave.
you, Fisco.
All right. I'll talk to you all later.
Okay, brother. Thank you so
All right.
much.